Live from the Toad Hop Network studios.
In Hollywood, this is the ToadHopNetwork.com.
A place of our own without a lot of parents peering down our backs.
Radio worth watching.
Hey, everybody, it's the Schmoes Know Podcast. Christian Harloff here.
And Mark Ellis on the Schmoes Know Movies Podcast. We know a lot of things. Movies are really our forte. Thank you for joining us, everybody in Schmoville, and first-time listeners and viewers.
Oh, that's very nice of you. And joining us to our left, well, my left, right across the street.
She's on my left.
You're
That counts.
All right, or right across the street.
Yeah.
That would be Tiffany
Face
Smith.
to face.
How are you,
I just
Tiffany?
like to look into your eyes.
Tiffany, you rattled right now? Because I'm rattled.
I feel a little weird.
Well, the traffic was crazy
Well, the
right now.
traffic was crazy, and the reason for the traffic's a little. It's just
Yeah,
there's
there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world right now.
There's a lot of bad stuff happening in the world.
Yeah.
We're not going to complain about a little bit of traffic, but we will say that we have a very, very exciting podcast for you. Christian got here in the nick of time. Tiffany got here. She spared no expense in getting here. She didn't even bother to dry her hair because she was so excited to talk about summer movies, ladies and gentlemen.
Guys, I'm
Yes,
just channeling my summer self. This is what happens.
You're
at this
hopping.
Frizzy,
You're
frizzy.
going up and down. You're
But-
like Jiffy Pop.
Before we get into the nitty gritty and start talking about all the movies, because we will do that. We're going to do May, June, July, August. We got to welcome back our producer Ken Napzok.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hey.
Thank you.
What's up, Ken? How are you, dude?
I'm okay. Just drove in from Vegas this afternoon. So,
Wow, what a trooper.
yeah,
You see
absolutely.
Riley out there?
We did not get together. He was at CinemaCon, and I was at Cauliflower Alley Club, which is a pro wrestling reunion.
I texted him. He's like, "You boys should meet up and hang out." And he's like, "Yeah, we're meeting up at this club." And I was like, "Cool, have fun." He's like, "I was kidding, Tiffany." So he's like,
She didn't know what deja vu was.
Riley was hobnobbing in Vegas with celebrities
I'm
like
not a
George
Vegas
Lucas,
person.
Steven Spielberg, Harrison Ford. Kenny was talking to wrestlers past, present, and future.
Greg the Hammer Valentine, Jake Roberts,
awesome.
Johnny Valiant, Edge, Beth Phoenix. They were all there. Sergeant Slaughter. It was a
I
good
will
time.
write down those names to Google later. I know Sergeant.
love
I've
it.
met Sergeant Slaughter.
Bob,
I met
Uncle
him
Bob.
at the Comedy Store. He's the nicest dude
He's
in
the
the
nicest
world.
guy
He's
ever.
awesome.
All right, guys, so what we're doing here tonight, again, we're going to be doing the summer movie preview, but make sure you guys on Twitter, at Schmoes Know, on Facebook, facebook.com/Schmoes Know. Again, the movies that you're most excited about, we're going to talk about them. We're going to have you guys call in a little bit. But what's up? What are we laughing at?
Nothing.
What do we got?
Tiffany and I are making eyes at each
he was
other.
winking at me, but then I realized
Yeah.
that I haven't. Like, I tried to wink. He did this eye
can't.
and this eye. I can only wink.
Me
my
too. I
left
can't wink
eye.
my right eye.
I'm
It's
like,
weird. Yeah, it's really strange.
I'm trying
Christian's
really
like the
hard.
dad on the road trip trying to control the kids in the back seat. Damn it, we're talking about Iron Man.
All right, so hey, Wildman, what am I drinking here? I got a blue ice here. What
Is
is
that
this?
Windex?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I
It
don't
looks like
know.
something.
It came out of a weird package, though.
Oh, dude, you know what that is?
What is this?
That is an adult Slurpee. It's like a slushie with alcohol in it. Get to it.
There you go.
Earn it.
Good.
See,
What is
now
it?
when you're poolside in Vegas after you just hung out with Sergeant Slaughter, you want to have like a nice a day drink. You don't want a beer. You don't want something too heavy. You want a nice alcoholic
relaxing.
slushie. What is this, Josh?
Okay, so
Frozen blue Hawaiian.
Frozen Blue wine. These are Seagram's Escapes. This is NA Brewery's product, and it's basically like an adult Capri Sun without
Yeah.
like the tricky straw thing.
Yeah.
and it's great for pool. You just like throw it in the freezer, and then you pour it in a glass, and you can add alcohol to it. You can add beer to it. It's delicious.
Wait, it doesn't
you know-
come with alcohol in it already?
It's already alcohol in it, but
Yeah,
Oh.
it is. You know what it's great? It's great for? It's great for summer.
Summer.
Movies.
Oh,
Let's get into
my.
it. How you like that transition?
What a
That is ace.
Yeah.
It is time to drink more of that so I can get some better transitions than that.
Thank God you don't have to open it like a Capri Sun because I couldn't master the straw when I was sober and a kid. If I've had a couple drinks in me, there's no way that straw's going in. Christian, it's summer. It's movies. Let's go.
We got a lot of stuff. I mean, some great stuff coming out. Now, April, you had Oblivion, and then you're going to have
Which
next
was thought to be a
Pain and Gain?
summer-looking movie.
summer looking, and then Pain and Gain-ish.
It'd be a fun summer movie. It takes place
but
in Miami or something. They're
the
lifting weights. It
appetizer.
looks like the
Yeah.
summer.
It's the appetizer. It's the
yeah.
appetizer for the big one. And the first big one you have in May is Iron Man 3. That's right. Iron Man 3. And now Mark and I are actually going. Oh, and Tiffany's coming with us. We're going on Saturday night. We're going to see Iron Man 3 this Saturday coming up. What I found out today, unfortunately, is
Saturday night's all right for fighting. Unfortunately, it's not all right for posting reviews of
Yes.
Iron Man 3. They want us to hold it for a
Well,
little bit.
it's an embargo.
The actual premiere is on Wednesday, which I'll be at hosting
Right.
for Marvel. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Oh, are you taking us to that? Like we're taking you to see Iron Man?
I can't take anybody with me. I've been working the whole time.
Okay. I take back one of those winks I sent your
Oh,
way.
stop
you
it.
are going to see the movie? You're gonna
With
see
you?
it twice?
No,
Okay.
I don't see it on the premiere. I just do the red carpet because we do it all the way up until the film starts.
She's a working girl,
we
Christian.
don't
Those tips
see
don't
it
just
that night.
put themselves in the dress. You know, you got to get out in the street and earn it.
I really thought you said so.
He did.
Yeah.
I said tips. I said tips, you filthy
I thought you
animal.
I was
said
like,
too.
these
It's like- I was like,
tips
you're-
aren't paid for.
I was like, you're really getting comfortable now.
Kenny was the one in Vegas, not me.
Okay, all right, let's get our tits
I was
in
at a
order.
strip club too.
All right,
$200.
let's talk about Iron Man 3 here, guys.
Yes.
Did you spend $200 in a strip club?
He doesn't want to talk about
What?
it.
Not this time.
How much did you spend this
Oh
time?
my gosh.
No,
I
he
can't.
lost $200.
Did you? I
I
feel
can't say in front of Tiffany.
in Vegas?
I know. I just thought I'm sitting next to you. You just drove back from Vegas, and now you're saying you're at a strip club, and I'm like, you have dirty Vegas germs on you still.
I didn't go to this.
And you haven't
time.
even
Yeah,
shaved.
you're lying. You're red.
No, you look like I've never looked that good coming back from Vegas. Kenny has that like James Coburn.
Yeah.
I just lost a lot of money, but I'm not letting myself feel the pain.
And
face.
you hear his voice? Yeah, no,
I grew. I also grew my Sir Davos the Onion Knight beard for y'all. So
That's the truth. Okay, so let's look. Come on, we have literally two hours to cover 4 months of movies.
Yeah, and here's how it's
Let's
going to
get
run.
into
We're
it.
going to do May in the first half
Yep.
in this segment. Then we're going to do June, is I believe the month after May, from 8:30 to 9.
July.
And then
Ethan Erwin comes in.
July, Ethan Erwin comes in, our favorite producer
Yeah.
from such movies as Sherlock Holmes and Sherlock Holmes: Game of Shadows.
Right, and then Kenny, what do we got at around 9:40 today?
9:40, we got the writers of G.I. Joe Retaliation.
Ah,
Oh
calling
my gosh,
in.
I'm just
So-
going to
You
talk
talk
to them
about
about
icing
Dwayne
on the
Johnson the
cake.
entire
And
time.
essentially in Zombieland too. So
All right, so
really?
Oh, really? All right.
okay.
Without any further ado, let's
Yeah.
get into this.
All right, let's
Iron
talk about
Man
The Great
3.
Gatsby.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's
sorry.
the
Not
following week. May 3rd, you have Iron Man 3, Robert Downey Jr. coming back with this time with Shane Black, not Jon Favreau. They're really this to me seems more of a sequel to the Avengers than it does Iron Man 2.
Well, it is. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to come after what happened in the Avengers. The cool thing, and I was a little bit worried at first with Jon Favreau not being director, but he was involved. He produced or executive produced.
Yeah, and he's in
so, yeah, he's in it. So they were just saying that the director felt really, really comfortable having access to him like all the time, which makes me feel more comfortable with it because I was worried that it was going to feel totally different. And
Yeah.
and there's the worry I think for everyone that Robert Downey Jr. is not hesitating coming out and saying that like
This is it.
his contract's up.
Yeah, right.
You know, this is it.
Yeah, but that's like all that stuff. That's like, oh, my contract's up, I'm definitely not coming back. That's
Well-
all Hollywood play for El Mayambe to sort out. You know, I don't
Yeah.
even want to think about that.
Right.
I want
Yeah.
to focus on the movie, and I love the fact that this is a sequel to the Avengers because I'd much rather have it be like I don't want them to make this great movie and then like not acknowledge it happened,
Yeah.
then go off and do something else and have no ties to it. So I want to know what the fallout from all that huge destruction in New York City
Right.
is.
Yeah, and I'm curious, Schmoville, if you tweet in at SchmoesKnow, Facebook.com, what part of Iron Man 3 are you looking forward to the most? Is it because Ben Kingsley there's mixed reactions. For me, I think he looks great. Some people I just got a tweet that says "You'll never see me coming," and it's like almost like he's doing the
Everyone
Joker.
is going to do that voice.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
going to be like the most mocked voice ever.
You're going to
Yeah.
see that costume on Santa Monica Boulevard come Halloween time a lot.
It's
I
the
mean, it looks like it
Bane
was
voice of 2015.
It was like
It definitely is.
It looks like a comic book. You know, when
Yeah.
you see him, it's like nobody dresses like that in real life. Who's up to no good?
Well-
But it's a comic book movie.
And he's
I
not
mean,
a
it
super.
kind of
he's-
looks like a pimp style with all the rings, but all the rings are how he has his power. So I'm glad that they had him have them on.
Right. Yeah.
But when you look at the posters of him, he just looks like a pimp sitting in the chair with like super blinged out.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I'm most looking forward to is actually seeing all the different like Iron Man technologies that have come about since the last movie, since the Avengers. I want to see all the new cool suits. It looks like from the trailer, a lot of them get the crap beat out of them, but I want to see the comeback. I want to see the fall
Yeah.
and then the comeback to grace. And I want to see. I'm hoping that Christian's wrong when he predicts somebody's demise. I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm again looking at the trailer originally. I was thinking that Pepper Potts was going to eat it.
It's on our video,
I
guy.
know, I
You
know.
can't
I'm-
take it back,
I'm
Christian.
backtracking.
You
That's
can. It's
backtracking.
in
Nah,
the
I
universe.
I watched the
I
other
can't tell if
trailers.
Macuga's having like a cold headache or if he's giggling at what you just said.
Let's go. I thought Pepper Potts was going to eat it.
I thought she was. I mean, from looking at it, I really.
She has the suit on though.
I know that's why I think that I don't think so anymore. And the reason, my reasoning for it last time I saw the trailer was that he looks all sad. I think Favreau's going to eat shit. I think he's going.
Okay,
yeah,
all
that
right.
was-
So
That
yeah,
could
somebody's
be.
got to go. You know, somebody's got to go.
And the thing with this one is that the suit that he does wear in this one, for most of the movie, they're still testing out like the
Yeah.
kinks and stuff in it.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fun seeing him figure out that like not necessarily everything that he does is perfect.
Yeah,
'cause
this is some good
he's one
tweets.
of the most arrogant characters in the Marvel universe.
One of the good the couple of tweets now we got coming in from Schmoeville was a lot of people. Kevin Morrison at That Movie Nerd says that he's looking forward to Tony's internal struggle. The second was lacking in that, and I agreed. It was a little cartoonish with him getting drunk and running around. This is why I'm happy that it's Shane Black. Mm-hmm. Because Shane Black, and you were mentioning before, Tiffany, having Favreau there, but it's kind of like a whole circle now because Favreau and Downey, I'm sure, have a tight relationship, and Shane Black and Downey have a great relationship from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Your favorite movie?
It's a great movie.
Love that movie.
It's such a great movie, and watching that dynamic now unfold, because the movie's going to be dark, but it'll still have fun because it's Downey, it's Tony Stark. I think this has a potential to being the best of the bunch out of the 3 Iron Man movies.
It definitely could be because Iron Man 2, like I enjoyed watching the theater, but when you go back and watch it, it's just I don't like it when movies are that haphazard. When they just feel like it just feels like a car that just can't get out of second gear. You're just jutting, you're trying to shift into third, and it's just not working. Hopefully, this one is a more linear story. We get our ups and downs, and I hope for a happy ending. But more, I hope that I like the movie. Obviously,
yeah.
Is this going to be the last one?
We don't know.
Well, yeah.
We don't know.
I'm going to say no.
They're not saying.
We're going to go ahead and say no.
And again, Avengers 2, he's going to be. Who knows? But we got to move on from Iron Man 3. But we're going to take one phone call from Schmoeville to talk about Iron Man 3. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got? Great.
Is that Jarvis? Is he working on a suit? Jarvis, hello?
The
Are
other
you there?
cool thing about Iron Man, I went to Disneyland yesterday. Yeah. They have the Hall of Armor at Disneyland.
Yeah, I saw that. Disney sent out the pictures. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Right?
Like, go and see it. If you can get to Disneyland, definitely go and see it.
Okay, and just for the
Pretty
record,
awesome.
that's what 9 theme parks you've been to in the last week? My God, you love
I
Disney.
have an annual
Who'd you go with?
Yesterday,
Yeah.
I went with like a bigger. There was like 7 or 8 of us, and my friend's niece went for the first time.
Oh,
She's
okay.
9 months.
All right.
It was not a date, guys.
Like last time.
I saw that creepy face you were making at me.
Tiffany, I want you to put the Iron Man suit on and spank me backwards. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey guys, it's George.
Georgie, what's up, man? Talking Iron Man 3. What out of the Iron Man trailers you saw? What got you most excited?
I'm stoked to see Tony Stark lose everything.
Okay,
it's just going to make for great drama. I mean, he has literally everything, and then it's taken away from him. It's such a rise and fall.
Hero's journey.
And I'm really stoked for that.
Leave it up to Georgie,
Georgie.
to make a good point that I can extrapolate on a little bit because my favorite Iron Man scene in either the movie so far is when he's in the cave in the Middle East and he's literally got nothing and he can't rely on all his neat toys. He has to rely on his guile, his wit, his smarts, his intelligence, and he builds that suit. Maybe we get to see that dude come back and maybe be humbled again.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen again from the and it's also going to lead into Guardians of the Galaxy because they need to tie it in. That's what Marvel's been doing so well. Everything's going to tie into something. The next big franchise is Guardians, and they're going to have to tie that in. And again, why does the Mandarin? What the hell is his name? Help me out here.
Mandarin.
Mandarin. Why does the Mandarin have the Captain America's tattoo on his neck too? I want to know that.
That's a good question.
Right, but again,
should be answered in a scene after the credits.
It's a lot of time on Iron Man 3, as well deserved. Let's move on now. There's some movie also May 3rd. You have some.
I want to mention the Iceman real quick because I don't know if the Iceman comes out everywhere May 3rd or just limited release. But Christian didn't get a chance to see it. I loved. It's a good movie. Michael Shannon. If you aren't jacked, I loved him in it.
You loved him.
It's a good movie. Michael Shannon makes it that much better.
Okay.
If you're not jacked for Superman yet, see that movie and just imagine this guy playing General Zod. You're going to get pumped.
Yeah, and Iceman too. I remember seeing the documentary on HBO.
Yeah.
And someone gave you shit. Some dopey person on.
Oh no, Christian!
YouTube.
Everybody in the internet is nice, and I approve of all of their vast differing opinions.
For the Iceman, there were 2 reasons why they called him the Iceman. He killed a lot of people and put them on ice, which is one main reason. Another reason was because of his demeanor. He did not show any emotion, and that's what they said in this documentary.
He didn't put people on ice until like halfway through his career.
Yeah, and this dopey guy. Shut up.
Very nice gentleman.
Anyway,
I hope to meet you in person soon.
All right, send into something else that week, May 3rd.
I don't even know what's happening.
That's okay. Love Is All You Need with Pierce Brosnan. I don't know what the hell that is. No one will be seeing that here. May 10th. Does anyone know
Katherine
it?
Heigl in that?
Dude, I liked Pierce Brosnan was like a hot man for a while. I don't know.
that
He's
doesn't
like a
mean
dad.
You wouldn't say no to him now. If he offered to take you to Disneyland,
Yes,
you'd be up there in a second.
He's
riding the
Remington
Matterhorn.
Steele.
Yeah, exactly. It was
More like the Thomas.
It was
Crown
a
Affair.
drive-by fruity.
Thomas Crown Affair is him at his best.
All right, May 10th.
Why are you so red?
Because I
Mrs.
sweat.
Doubtfire.
Yeah. if Kenny's too cool and collected to be the sweater today, so I'm going to take the mantle.
All right, let's get to May 10th. May 10th, yeah. What's this Aftershock movie? I want to know from.
Aftershock is. I did my research.
All right.
Aftershock stars Selena Gomez in it, and it's. I don't know if it's about a real earthquake that happened in Chile, but there's a massive earthquake in Chile, and then it's the aftermath of that, and apparently everything kind of falls to shit as you would imagine something like that happening. But it's Selena Gomez trying to take on like another kind of adult role, and she was fine in Spring Breakers.
Well, it looks like I'm reading the Entertainment Weekly calendar too, and it looks like they're trying to sell the movie because it doesn't say Selena Gomez; it says Eli Roth.
Eli Roth.
Yeah.
So,
is she even? Hold on.
In Chile.
Are you thinking about a different movie?
I don't know.
A group of travelers who are in an underground nightclub.
It's a horror movie.
Thanks for believing in me, guys. Thanks for everybody really. When I started giving the description of the movie, literally everybody in the studio took out whatever device they had to ask Jeeves if Ellis was full of shit.
Because
Thanks for
there's
believing
another
in me,
movie.
guys.
There's another movie coming out this summer with Selena Gomez that I felt weird about, and so I was like, maybe he's mixing them up. But
because
I guess
of that
she's
rule
in
in
two,
Hollywood
like,
now, you can only be in
movies.
one movie a year. Damn
But
it, Tiffany! This is why I sweat.
Disney
I work
actor,
all
though.
day researching stories.
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is not the sequel to Bottle Shock. I've just learned.
No, this is apparently from at Mr. MLEKODAY. He says that it's a horror movie with Eli Roth, and he's super excited for it. So some people are excited for it. I don't know what it's about. That's not to say we can't see a trailer in a couple weeks and say, oh,
They're
hey,
in an
that's
underground nightclub when a massive earthquake hits, and they quickly learn that reaching the surface is just the beginning of their nightmare.
Christian,
Does
knowing
anyone care?
you and me, we're going to see it anyway.
Of course, we're going to see it.
Because we love Schmoeville. Can we talk about the big one coming out?
Yeah, let's
the
talk
Baz Luhrmann spectacle, the sequel to Australia, The Great Gatsby.
The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be one. I mean, this movie has been made 175 times now.
Yeah.
So the question is, does Baz Luhrmann do the best one now? I don't know. I liked Moulin Rouge very much, and sometimes he's another guy that you get a lot of style. That's you're going to get that in a Baz Luhrmann
When you
film.
read the Great Gatsby, when you read about these lavish parties that he's having, and like George Costanza, we're going to live like the Gatsbys. It seems like Baz Luhrmann's over the top style
Is
would
perfect
fit
for it.
Perfect for some of those scenes. I haven't read the book in a while, not since I was forced to.
Yeah.
But I really like the story.
Read it.
Well,
I feel like, the Red Curtain trilogy that he did are some of my favorites. Strictly Ballroom, I love that movie, and it's on a smaller scale, and then he kind of builds up.
Yeah,
and
Romeo
so
and Juliet.
I think that, Romeo and Juliet and the Moulin Rouge were all amazing. Australia, for me, kind of fell off a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think with this story, what he does so well is make an incredible world for all the characters to live in.
Yeah.
And he builds emotion so well. And so I think that the storyline in this movie is so based in emotion with all these characters, and he's worked with Leo before and had success with him. So
what I'm worried about is that it gets lost in style. Sometimes that happens, and
But did you ever feel that way in Moulin Rouge?
no, I didn't.
Because you get swept away in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, that movie takes you away from reality into your own world.
Yes.
And is the Great Gatsby story strong enough to get sucked into this nouveau riche versus old money kind of?
I think
I
it
think,
is.
and that's the point. And see, that's what I'm curious about, because what he did in Moulin Rouge, the songs was like that gentle like thread that held that whole thing together. You had songs.
That's right.
Throughout the whole entire movie, and when it was a musical that really worked for the style as well. And it was clever because you took these modern songs and turned them into kind of, the musical. So I don't know.
Can it be as dramatic and as storytelling savvy without singing every 5 seconds? It's got a great cast. It's going to be in 3D, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you got to put the glasses on. I hope it's not 3 hours. Boz, if you're listening out there, just chop the damn movie down. Give me 2.5.
The only thing about it that worries me a little bit, I feel like we've been hearing about it for a really long time.
That's
and
what makes
seeing
me nervous
trailers
too. Yeah.
For a really long time, and whenever that happens, it means that they're reworking stuff, and that's when I get worried.
All right, let's take a call from Schmoeville. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey man, it's me, Anthony from Miami.
Hey, Anthony. What's up, dude? Hey, Anthony. So, what are you thinking about Great Gatsby?
Yeah, man. Like I really fell in love with the trailers. I really did, and I think this movie, at least for me, maybe I'm just excited for it, but I think it has at least a potential to a smaller scale be like the Les Mis for next year's Oscars.
Wow.
And I think
You don't think
the character can. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
And then I also think the character could finally win his Oscar with this film. And I think if you look at the cast top to bottom, everybody fits the characters perfectly.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That impressed me, too.
Thanks, Anthony. Yeah, you know what?
Your Joel Edgerton, your Tobey Maguire in
Yes.
supporting roles.
He's the only one I worry about.
Who?
Tobey Maguire.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That accent seems a little...
I don't know why. I don't know what it is about him.
The way that the thing is built, yes, it looks like it's built for an Oscar. The fact that it's in May
is bad
in
idea.
Summer. Well, it doesn't. It just means it's not built for the Oscars, is what I'm thinking. And again, it's very rare that a summer movie gets nominated for an Oscar.
When was the last time you saw a horse race and the horse leading in the first quarter ended up winning the race?
Yeah,
it doesn't happen that often. Quickly, the Peoples, Tyler Perry's new movie comes out. It's got a good cast. Kerry Washington's in that. I think we can get out of May 10th, Christian.
Yeah, I think
we can go into darkness.
Yeah, I think so too.
See what I did there?
Cumberbatch.
Let's end with darkness, shall we?
Oh, you dick! It was such a transition.
It's a great transition.
It's the next week.
We're going into the darkness. You're right, but it's we haven't got there yet. But we're there. We're almost there.
I hope you get killed by a Chilean zombie beast.
Listen, we're going to spend a lot of time. We've got 5 minutes left to cover all of May. How the hell are we going to do that?
So what do? You go to Fast and Furious 6? You
it's gonna be
shift
so
into
good.
next week?
That's a 24th.
Yeah.
So let's do.
Let's talk about Into Darkness. Going in order of release.
Wait, yeah. Can we push a little bit for this break and then go to make the next one?
We don't
all
need
right,
to push.
We'll do that.
We just talk about Star Trek.
All right, then let's do
guys.
that. We're gonna have what? What's wrong?
Nothing. We're just bickering instead
This
of
is,
talking.
I'm trying to figure out to get May.
This is what happens when your producer goes to Vegas for a
I know.
week.
That's true.
All right, so let's get into it. Look, May 17th. There's a couple things called Black Rock. What the hell is that with Kate Bosworth? Smaller films. The English Teacher with Julianne Moore. All movies that I'm sure there could be a gem in there. I don't know. A Race with Aaron Eckhart. And then you have Star Trek Into Darkness, the sequel.
Great transition into Star Trek.
It's not a matter of transition right now. You just tell everybody. We have no fucking time right now.
You turn on your movie guy voice and you Star Trek Into Darkness. Press 1 now.
We have no. If we'd still be talking about Iron Man 3 if I wasn't doing the fast movie.
So
voice.
let's talk Star Trek then.
All right,
hey?
let's do it.
That last trailer.
Holy
God!
It
By
came out
Christian
yesterday.
Harloff's recommendation, I ended up watching this morning, and I'm into this movie. I'm sick of seeing the trailers, to be honest. It was a great. They've all been fantastic. There's a lot of explosions. Looks like it's really dramatic. I think Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be a great villain. I'm ready to see the movie.
Yeah, I am too. Look, I agree with you.
No idea what it's about.
I
No
agree
idea.
with you 100%. I see that. I think the last trailer was the best. I wish that they would stop making trailers. I feel like there's been 80 trailers.
Yeah, there should be a rule.
There's no more. But the thing is, that last one. My God, does that trailer fit the name of the movie?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like again. I love the fact. I read somewhere that this is not the first movie was about him getting the captain's seat.
Yeah.
This one's about him earning it.
Yeah.
I love that because you can tell, like in that one scene when he turns around and he's just like, "I'm sorry," and then that big ass ship's in front of him. That's the kind of movie I want to see.
I'm like seeing the Enterprise underwater, and when he says to him that a captain should go down with his ship, I was like, "Oh my God, this is gonna be so good!"
So great.
But just in the broader theme of May, I'd like to see one movie be uplifting. If Iron Man 3 ends on a down note, then Star Trek 2 Into Darkness
Star Trek's
better.
not going to end up on a down note.
I think it will because it's only two. It's the Empire Strikes Back thing. It's like we don't know there's going to be more Iron Mans. We know there's going to be a billion more Star Treks.
I mean,
so they can have a few end sad.
And when you put Khan in the movie, yes, it's Khan. It's Khan. Everyone's
It's
like,
who?
"Oh, it's
Khan!"
Yeah, everyone like people are like, "Oh, well, it's not Khan. His name is it's Khan." I guarantee you, it's going to be Khan. You can
Gotta
call me.
wait and see.
You can call me. You can call me out on it and say you were wrong. A-hole-face at the end. Afterwards if it's not, but it's him, and he looks great. Benedict Cumberbatch looks absolutely incredible.
I'm in. My movie pass has been swiped.
I'm ready to fall in love with Alice Eve already, so I'm waiting.
Yeah, all right, fair
Wait,
enough.
is that the blonde girl who's literally in the trailer for a second and screams, and that's it?
No, she in the second trailer she's in space lingerie, and I haven't seen anything past that. My YouTube's been paused.
Well, that's what
he just got back from Vegas.
That's what he took to the strip club with him. There was like some lady named Venus, and he just had her face over. All right, so let's get to
Look at Venus's Uranus.
Before we go to the break here, let's get to May 24th.
Two big movies coming out. This is very interesting to me as far as a box office Sunday prediction is going to go because you have Fast and Furious 6 and you have The Hangover Part 3. Which one is the Hangover 2 was not good. It was not funny. However, the movie made a killing
Fast
opening
and
weekend.
Furious 6 is going to blow it out of the water.
You think so?
You think blow it out of the water?
I think so.
It's the third movie in a trilogy. I think that Fast will probably
but
win.
they already are saying they're doing a seventh. It has like
No, he's talking about The Hangover is the third movie in the
I
trilogy.
feel as though The Hangover.
I know. I'm saying Fast and Furious is already picked up for another movie, which means that
But I agree with you that it's going to win. I don't think it's going to blow it out of the water because it's still a comedy versus
Hangover has a more general audience. There's still a lot of people that I don't want to watch racing pictures.
Yeah, and it's also some people still defend it. And let's not forget, as shitty as the second movie is, it made over $200 million. It killed.
People aren't funny out there. They don't like funny things.
I'm telling you that movie is going to do really well. And let's not forget about Epic. Epic also comes out that weekend, and Epic's going to be that's what you're going to take the kids to see. And I think
Penguins 3D.
Does that come out the same weekend?
Yeah. You got a great undercard with Penguins 3D versus Epic, and then you have The Hangover 3 versus Fast and Furious 6.
Tiffany, I'm using a word that we associate you with here. This is stacked in May because you have all those movies: Fast and Furious 6, Hangover Part 3, and then May 31st you have Now You See Me.
Oh my gosh,
which is the better Burt Wonderstone.
Every time I see some trailer, I get so excited. I think it looks so good. And it kind of reminds me of when I watched it, I was like Inside Man style. Like for some reason where I feel like there's going to be a huge twist and I'm going to be shocked at the end of it.
Yeah, and that one again. And I just want to try to close out the month here. And you have The Purge.
The Purge looks cool too.
Which is another scary movie.
It's got my BFF Ethan Hawke is in it, and it's just this weird kind of scary futuristic plot where there's like everything is legal for like 12 hours, and so all this shit can happen to you. So it's 4 people over the course of one night, and they have to defend themselves.
All right, and then you got Shadow Dancer with Clive Owen. I don't know what that is.
That was my nickname in high school.
I believe that. How about this then? How about before we go to break here? What movie in May?
Oh man,
are you guys? First of all, everyone in the studio, are you guys excited for the most and think will make the most money in May? And Schmoville, you tweet in and Facebook. So Tiffany, what are you looking forward to the most? What will win the month? What will make the most
to be
money?
The same one?
No.
Oh, okay.
You have to love the movie that makes us the most money.
I think. Oh man,
it's tough. I'll go first to set the table. I know you're thinking about it. You're struggling.
Yeah.
She's ready with her pick. Take
Iron Man 3 will make the most money. I'm most looking forward to Star Trek Into Darkness.
I think I'm around the same. I think Iron Man. Oh, sorry.
No, please. You have the floor.
But I'm excited about Iron Man 3 as well. It's not.
Me too.
So why don't you want to see Iron Man 3? I don't get that.
I can't wait to see it. I just feel like that Iron Man 3 is gonna be as awesome as I expect it to be, and Into Darkness could do something different for that franchise.
I just say, don't hate Iron Man 3. Anne Hathaway's not in it. I don't know why you hate Iron Man 3 so much. Christian, what do you think is going to make the most money in May?
Before Midnight with Ethan Hawke also. No?
Don't you shit on Ethan Hawke, man.
No, I don't. Okay, I think that most money will be Iron Man 3. I think I'm most excited to see that one as well because I want to see how we tie into the Guardians of the Galaxy, and Marvel's just doing it right. But of course, I really want to see Star Trek and Fast 6. Yeah. I can't wait to see Fast 6.
Speaking of tie, Christian and I are going to tie again because I think Iron Man 3 is going to make the most money. I just think it's a little bit of a broader appeal. It's got the nerd factor, but not so much as Star Trek does. And I think and I want to see it the most. So that's
we got a lot of people think Iron Man 3. I'm looking at the tweets around the board. It's Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 is going to be the big winner. And they think Star Trek. Some people say Star Trek is going to be a big month in May. I do want to talk about Gina Carano when we get back real quick, but we're going to go to break. What do you mean no?
We can talk about her.
What you're going to say that I don't want to have happen.
All right, guys. We'll be back in a second. June and Gina Carano.
I think Iron Man.
Again, Mark, when you were out last week, I asked Schmoville to recommend.
It sounds like you're trying to sing the blues to this song. Mark, while you were out last week, bam, 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 bam. I asked Schmoville to recommend.
Johnny, which one is this? Wanted. Yeah, so I asked.
I need to watch that.
I asked Schmoville.
I
asked Schmoville to. I think I'm going to start doing this every week, and I did it last week too. Is to suggest scores and music from soundtracks that Schmoville liked, and someone suggested Terminator, which we started the show with, Tron, and now Wanted. So we're going to do that. We're taking scores. Yeah.
My request for Save the Last Dance has not been recognized.
I would like you to go away now. Go away. All right,
I'll
guys.
play in the car, Josh.
Can you go pick up some Hooters for me?
Oh, too soon.
Stop it.
All right, now it's our summer movie preview. It rolls on. We have covered May. We covered May better than you could possibly cover May. Christian, though, does not seem to want to leave the month of May just
Not yet,
Oh,
not
man.
yet.
And
Because
we're back again in May.
we jumped off of Fast 6 really fast. And again, because of what that movie did, Fast 5 did, look, we thought that thing was going to be horrendous, and we wound up loving it.
Loved
And
it.
a lot of people did, too. Is it, the acting, not that great. You don't need acting in that movie.
Not much.
The Rock saved that franchise by his character. And now they got Gina Carano, your lovely lady, actually Superman's real-life girlfriend now.
Well, according to one picture. I mean, if I had a
No,
dollar
no,
for
there's
every
a
time I
lot.
saw my girlfriend
There's-
take a picture with another guy.
There's a lot more than one, but this is something we'll bring it up when we get a little further into June here because because the thing with Gina Carano, I like that she is in Fast 6. There is a fighting scene with her and Michelle Rodriguez on the subway that looks awesome, and that chick. I mean, Gina Carano is a badass. She can fight.
It's legit.
Well, yeah.
I mean, but
No one's doubting that.
No, but
That she's not an action star.
and it'll be nice to actually hear her voice, her real voice. It was so funny when people were saying, like, oh, that was her real voice. It was just altered. It was not her real voice. You watch any interview with her, totally not her voice at all. You're going to get her real voice this time.
Wait, what?
In Haywire, it's
not her voice.
Her voice was dubbed because they just didn't like the way she delivered the lines enough. So.
Yeah, that's not her voice.
Yeah.
Like that.
They overdubbed an entire movie.
Like Hercules Goes Bananas.
That happens more than you.
You remember that one, Josh?
Yeah,
Hercules Goes Bananas.
our
Arnold's going
buddy
big.
who's been in Schmo before, Adam Ray, he
Yeah.
does voiceover, and occasionally he comes in for some big stars and who just dropped the line or they didn't get the take they wanted, and he will just kind of mimic their voice.
No
Yeah.
way.
Well, it was funny because we had seen it, and I can't remember. I think it was Warner Brothers that did the movie. And when we were there, one of the people told us, like, yeah, they said it was altered, totally dubbed. It was this was like someone behind the
You
scenes.
better run.
Yeah. So anyway, but
Altered is
but
Tom Hardy.
It doesn't matter. You're going to get her real voice.
Yeah.
You're going to get her real voice.
I hope.
And Michelle Rodriguez, not an ass kicker. She's a tough chick,
yeah,
too.
but
She's been a
against
tough chick
Gina
in Hollywood.
Carano,
Yeah, but
she looks like
against-
shoesy pants.
That's.
But I
Yeah.
feel like
I like your
I saw your wrestling video, by the way. Yeah, you got your ass kicked. It was a lot of fun to watch. It got
I
me
feel
through
like
work.
Michelle Rodriguez though has gotten in some real street fights
Yeah.
in life.
So here's a tweet, by the way, and this is what we're going to get into in a little bit here. This is from Jennifer Jacobs at Jennifer Irene 3. Gina is also a bad actress, and no, I don't want her as Wonder Woman. Now that is going to be the thing. That's going to be the once we talk about a certain other superhero, then we'll get into the Wonder Woman thing. Let's get into June because May is full of great movies. June has some pretty good ones.
And it's funny because that May 24th showdown with the Hangover 3 versus Fast and Furious 6.
Yeah.
June kicks off with a pretty interesting showdown as well because you have the Internship versus After Earth on June 7th.
That's so interesting because, all right, so here you have After Earth with Will Smith, who still can open a movie. I mean, the guy he's a megastar,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's putting his son in another movie with him, which I don't know if I'm thrilled about. Their accents are ridiculous, but that doesn't mean that he can't sell box office. But then he goes and gets From to
M. Night Shyamalan.
Right,
for
right,
those of you
Shyamalan
listening
the
at
Ding
home.
Dong.
Ding Dong with Ding Dong, and he gets him to direct it, and you don't see Shyamalan Presents. There's no big twist
No,
or something.
if you just saw the trailers for After Earth, you would not know that M. Night Shyamalan is the guy doing this movie, and that's probably a smart play on Will Smith's people's
Absolutely.
part.
Now, the new trailer for that movie came out, and again, we've been using this phrase a lot lately, but I was a little underwhelmed by the most recent trailer for it because it just seems, again, it's like, I don't know. It's like, remember that stupid movie, 10,000 BC?
Yes.
Oh.
It reminds me of a not great.
Wow.
Yeah, it reminds me of like maybe something a little better than that.
Yeah. The only moment
Yeah.
in the trailer that gets me every time, I don't know, it's like literally what's one moment when they're in the airplane and he's telling him to calm down. Breathe, and then it gets sucked out. And then I'm like,
That's
like,
pretty cool.
that's
Do you
the
think when they
only
land on the new Earth, Will Smith,
Smells.
welcome to After Earth.
Will Smells. He
Smell.
does. I'm
Totally
just
blew that joke.
I'm just wondering if I'm going to be sitting in the theater eating popcorn, wanting the kid to get eaten by a tiger or something.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, that was it. The CGI tigers and stuff look terrible.
In After Earth?
Oh, they look terrible. JTI, you're making faces back there. Come here. Just stick your face in that one. So what do you think about the movie?
Listen, it comes down to the director. I haven't liked that guy's movie since probably Signs, and I even had problems with that movie. So, and I think the CGI looks okay, not horrible.
But you think this isn't more of a Shyamalan piece, though. This is more.
Yeah.
This is a Will Smith
it's a
vehicle.
Will Smith, yeah.
Yeah. So,
And I have some faith in him because he picks good projects.
and what'd you
but
think of the trailer?
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I didn't,
Okay.
light
Nothing
my fire,
great.
but it was
Okay.
all right.
All right. Then let's take a call from Schmoville. I want to talk about After Earth and see what they think. Hey, you're in Schmoville. Who do we got?
Hey, this is Philip from Texas.
Philip, what's up,
Hi,
dude?
Philip.
So what'd you think of the After Earth trailer? Do you care about it? What do you say?
The first time I saw it, I really was interested. I thought it looked pretty good. I thought it looked like a much better version of Oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, when I heard M. Night Shyamalan, it kind of turned me off a little bit because I've never been a fan of his.
Ever?
Not really. Last one I saw of his was, the first one I saw of his was Signs, and that freaked me out when I was in the second grade, but, I've never been a fan.
That freaked me out last year.
Thanks for the call, dude. Yeah, I mean, again,
Thanks, guys.
no problem. I think it's one of those things. It's
You know what
not
the problem
the
with Shyamalan, too?
Yeah.
Is that if kids who had the ending ruined for them for The Sixth Sense, and then that movie's just not going to have the same impact on them. So that's taken away, like the best card that Shyamalan has to play.
Yeah.
And then Unbreakable, I liked it, but it's slow, it meanders.
That's my favorite. It's my favorite one.
I think that's so weird.
I love Unbreakable. It's my favorite. It's my
I feel
favorite
like
one.
maybe I have to watch it again, but when I watched it the first time, I was like, this is terrible.
No, I love it. I love that movie. I love the score. But anyway, that's another conversation. Now
we have two interns here.
Yep.
And they are Shoesy Pants and Josh the intern.
Mm-hmm.
And if they were going to open a movie, I dare say it would not do quite as well at the box office as one with Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson.
Be like Pluto Nash. But yeah, this is their first one that they're starring in again. The two of them.
It's like the Wedding Crashers team back.
Yeah, and it doesn't. And it's something where I read that they said, "Oh, we wanted to get the right one." It seems like the same thing, kind of, with them doing things.
It seems like
it seems like the same thing, and they're doing.
I really
stuff
wish.
in a movie
I wish this
that I'm
movie
gonna
came out in
watch.
like 2008 or 2009.
Right, yeah.
That's the feeling I get. Is that it was really funny 5 years ago, and it still could be really funny. I believe in both those guys a lot. I just think the premise of them applying for it, I get it, but it's just it seems a little worn even before I've seen the movie. I hope I'm wrong. I really enjoy laughing.
I think well.
It just sounded so funny. I really enjoy laughing.
And then just like he wanders off into space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I think Will Smith wins that weekend though.
As far as like
Will Smith.
comedians kind of doing the same thing and partnering up together, I feel like back in the day, actors would do that, and it would be like the two guys that you always know did the same buddy movie, and it was great.
Yeah.
And now for some reason,
Abbott Costello, Run from Frankenstein.
Yeah.
it's like the
Gene
exact
Wilder,
same
Richard Pryor.
thing, the same people, because
Yeah.
you love them, and I don't know why it
Doesn't
doesn't
happen anymore?
translate now.
Well, I mean, 'cause
I
the
don't
movies haven't
care
been as-
about them as
yeah.
much, like as a duo.
Had that come out, but again, like Mark
if it
said,
had come
if it
out
came out like
recent- like
right
close to
after,
it,
right
yeah.
after, then you would have
Yeah.
cared more because
Yeah.
it's just so old now. But
Yeah.
but again, let's see what happens. The premise of them, the fact that they actually went to Google could be fun. I hope it's just not. I hope there's more heart to it than what's that the stupid thing he did with Kevin James?
That wedding, the
dilemma?
marriage
The
one.
dilemma. It was
The
awful.
dilemma. I thought it was. There was funny parts in that.
How was the premise? The premise of that movie
Look,
just
the
annoyed
biggest
me.
movie this weekend is Joss Whedon's
I was
follow up
just
to the
gonna say, yeah,
Avengers.
that's right.
Much Ado About Nothing. He's
Yeah.
doing Much Ado About Nothing. You're like, oh, Joss Whedon's doing that? Is Loki going to be in this?
I know. Well, that's. He said
So
that he's
weird.
glad to be doing a smaller film again. He felt like it was a good vacation for him to do. And Nathan Fillion's going to be in this as well.
Yeah.
This is one we see this pretty soon. So I really want to see this one because I'd like to see what he does now with a smaller film. And I think to have his stamp on a film like that, a classic, Shakespeare would be
Well,
cool.
and with his I feel like Nathan Fillion and him, Firefly, it's like a perfect partnership again.
Right.
That's right.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, that's right. They have some history.
Yeah.
It really is a question early in June as to what gets your comedy dollar because the internship is probably going to do pretty well, even though it's going up against After Earth.
Yeah.
The next Wednesday is This Is the End. And
Oh,
that's
right,
a
okay,
movie
okay.
with all those comedy,
Yeah.
Stars of the galaxy
Yeah,
of
yeah.
funny.
It looks like Cloverfield, but like a funny version.
Yeah, it does. And Emma Watson's in it, by the way. So
You're
you
gonna
know
be
Mark
you're
Ellis
all
is
over
on
there.
it.
I know you're going.
That's the best trailer I've seen.
It's
all year.
really.
Oh my gosh.
Look, I love that
Me
they're
too.
playing like versions of themselves, and
Yeah.
like they all. What I love about it is that they're playing on things that like the press has like
Yep.
rumored and like because there's been tons of rumors that James Franco is gay, so they play on that in this, and they do this whole like he's infatuated with Seth Rogen, and like they just like the fact that Danny McBride, like no one likes him. It could be hysterical. I just hope it's not too much of an inside joke
Yeah.
like Ocean's 12.
I have a friend who has seen the picture.
Okay.
He saw an earlier cut, so they didn't have all the effect shots in there yet, or
Yeah.
like the final shots. But
Adam
he said
Ray.
it's pretty funny. Yeah. So he said it was really funny, but you can. He doesn't see as many movies as I do. He's not as jaded
Yeah.
as old Mark Ellis
Right.
over here.
Who likes to
and I
laugh.
worry?
you
I
kids
like
with
to
you.
laugh. I get worried when it's so many actors in one movie. You know, like people think it's going to be a huge, it's going to make a lot of money because they got a lot of actors in it. But then you put them all in, and everyone's fighting for the spotlight, especially with comedians.
They want it to be a good movie. They want it to make a lot of money, and they're doing something as smart as they can because they're opening it that Wednesday as opposed to Friday. Because Friday there's another movie coming out. It's some dude, and he wears a cape, and it's got an S on his chest, and apparently it's a comic book that's popular.
It stands for hope.
Man,
I love that. The Man of Steel comes out June 14th, and that noise is the noise that Gina Carano is going to be making 3 times tonight because Henry Cavill's a stallion in the sack.
More than 3 times, I'm sure of that.
There's been a lot of debate about this. Not a lot of it. I mean, more positive than the negative on this trailer. If this trailer that just came out 2 days ago, or whatever.
Yeah.
This could be the most perfect trailer I've ever seen for a superhero film.
Oh, it's so good.
I mean, it does everything.
I was talking to you about this, and you got your thing out. You got your review out like right away.
Yeah.
He got his thing out. Yeah. He got his thing out watching the trailer, literally.
It's true.
But then he posted the review online
kryptonite.
solo, and he was so excited about it. And I watched it, and I told you last night, Christian, at the screening that we were at, it's like that movie, that trailer, I felt like I saw the movie right up to the point when we meet Superman for the first time in all his glory. And that's what a trailer should do. I don't want to see another frame of footage until I'm actually in the theater.
I'm totally with you. That's it. I'm done. No more Star Trek over.
Done.
I think that this movie, for the first, what it did the first 2 times, it just teased you enough. And a lot of people are like, oh, it just looks like no action. Well, this took that right out of there. And it also showed you that one of the biggest complaints about Superman in the past was that he doesn't have anyone to compete against. Well, that's Zod and his crew right away, and then maybe we'll get into Doomsday in the sequel if this one does well. Who knows?
That'd be cool.
But and then you get the little Easter egg. There's LexCorp. You see the shot of LexCorp in there, which is great. There's shots of him like move. The only thing that I had a little bit of a problem with, just a little bit, and I want to see more of the movie before I make a judgment on it.
But you go ahead and make it public now.
Yeah.
Yes, that scene when Amy Adams, when Lois Lane is talking about how
when she's interviewing him.
In
prison.
No, I didn't mind that part. When she starts when she does her voiceover, she's like, "How do you find someone who doesn't want to be found?" Like that whole thing.
Yeah.
And then you see him in the boat, and he's like, and he's saving everybody from the fire. There's one shot that he jumped, and it looks very CGI, like Spider-Man 3 CGI.
Wow.
No. It doesn't bother me.
Then
for
you
the
don't have
trailer.
to see the movie, Christian.
It doesn't bother me
You
for the
won't-
whole trailer. I'm
We're
just
not
hoping.
going with you.
I'm just hoping that that's not what we're in for with style-wise.
Yeah.
But if it's that moment, who cares? And it's gone.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying overall, I don't want to be like, oh no, there's another one and another one, another one. But overall, it's a perfect trailer. 5 out of 5. Schmoes.
Very, very exciting.
It is so perfect because I think with the other trailers, the first time you saw any of it, I freaked out when you see him fly and break the sound barrier, and you're like, oh my God, that's so cool. And then the next one, you kind of got a little bit more emotion. And this one is like everything put together. You get to hear his dad talking more. And
both of his dads talk more.
That scene with Kevin Costner when he says to him, he's like, "Why can't I just go and pretend that I'm your son?" He's like, "You are my son."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh."
Yeah.
He's like, "You are me. You think I'm going to let you go, my kid? You're my
Russell
meal
Crowe
ticket."
coming back with a vengeance.
Robin
he
Hood.
might have kind of failed a little bit on the Les Mis business,
Yeah.
but now, man,
The guy has two Robin Hoods for dads. It's awesome.
God, it's so good.
Let's take a call from Schmoville because we want to see what they're thinking about Man of Steel. Hey, you are in Schmoville. Who do we got?
Hickory Dickory Dock.
Uh-oh.
Bob Finstock.
Great. Bobby, so the first of all, your Twitter picture might be the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
It's a Superman trailer of Twitter pictures.
It's so great. But anyway, did you see the Man of Steel trailer, Bobby?
Yeah, I'm really interested in it.
Okay, so
I'm really excited about it.
What is it about the trailer that because you're a little cynical on these things. So what got you on board?
I am.
What got you on board?
One, Bryan Singer ain't directing it.
Right.
That's number one. Two, it looks kind of darky. It looks dark.
It looks
darky?
darky?
Sort of like, like a Dark Knight sort of thing. It's like, I think it's going to take us to another realm here.
Yeah,
Really
but Finstock, the John Williams music isn't there anymore. You're going to miss that
Another
score,
realm
right?
called The Fortress of Solitude.
Well, sure. But, I mean, obviously, I heard there's actual footage of Marlon Brando. That's
No.
With the green donut.
Stop with the donuts. Finstock, real quick before I let you go. So out of all the summer movies in June, which one are you looking forward to the most?
Man of Steel.
Okay. Finstock, you're the man.
I would actually pay for that.
All right, well, follow Finstock on Twitter, especially after that picture. Amazing. All right,
Well,
buddy.
I'm actually waiting online for Iron Man 3 at the Grove right now for the opening.
Okay, we'll see you in a few weeks.
All right, see you guys.
Bobby Finstock, avoid him at all costs.
Wow, a little bit of chink in the Finstock armor as far as Tiffany Smith is concerned, because he's camping out for tickets weeks in advance. Tiffany doesn't go out with guys like that.
No.
Tiffany wants the high rollers, the guys that are getting into Hollywood premieres. Finstock's
What
out
are
there
you talking
camping.
about?
Like, oh, come on.
I mean, I'm not trying to defend Finstock here, but
Yes,
I go
you
to
are.
midnight movies.
Look, they're sweet on it. It's like
Oh
Lisa.
my
It's like Lisa
gosh.
Turtle and Screech.
She just wants someone with a fast pass.
This is going to turn out like Chandler and Monica.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, will you be wearing the beard mask soon?
No.
Your hair looks like Monica in that one episode when you go to the Bahamas.
No,
Would you,
guys.
can you take a picture with the mask on?
No.
Come on.
Fine. I'll take
See?
a picture of the mask on.
See? That's how it
better be
starts.
like cleaned and stuff. Though.
Seems like a pretty
In
clean
Bobby's culture,
I don't
that
wanna get
means
anything.
you accept it.
Yeah, you guys are. Oh yeah, Finstock just tweeted, and you guys are officially married.
No.
All right, let's move on. So we have Man of Steel.
Wait, so let's talk about what we
Gina?
want. Yeah.
Okay. So the rumor was because
Apparently they're dating, which you just told me
yes,
this.
they're
What?
dating, which is cool.
Do you
Good
guys
for
think
them.
Henry Cavill has somebody come in and dub her voice when they're in bed together?
I know he doesn't need to.
It's just whisper sweet nothings.
Right there.
Stop
He just has a phone sex operator come in and talk.
Guys!
Gina, can you not talk? The woman on the phone is doing plenty of dirty talk.
Do not cease your actions.
What? Like,
Kick me in the
but
face.
Did they replace her voice because she couldn't
Because
act?
from
or
what
because...
the rumor was, because she didn't deliver the lines well enough, and it seemed very wooden. But I thought it made it
running
worse.
from the CIA.
Yeah, but so look. So the thing is, El Mayambe, we always get it wrong. Mayambe, El Mayambe had tweeted us and said that he's pretty sure she's gonna. This is not. He didn't break any scoop. He thinks this is because there's a lot of heat on her. He thinks
From
she's going to
Fast
be
and Furious.
Wonder Woman. I think that's a terrible idea. Does she look the part? Absolutely.
Yes.
She cannot, and Fast 6 should be great in. She cannot carry an entire superhero franchise. That movie is great. 3 movies.
The thing
No
that
way.
the thing I will say is, I hope that whoever does get cast is not some like rail thin, fake boob model to play Wonder Woman, because
Right.
that's not who the character is.
Someone's build of
So-
Jessica Biel, like her type of build, would have been great. Like someone like that. But
Yeah,
Jessica
She's
Biel.
like 90 pounds.
Jessica
Jessica
Biel?
Biel?
She's tiny.
I mean,
No,
she's
she's not.
I'm
muscular.
not selling
Not at all.
Gina Carano just yet, though, because Haywire was like her first starring role.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, what
She
if
could be in
what if she's a
class.
little bit better?
Yeah.
in
She's
Probably
Fast and
gone up to
Furious?
the LA
no-
Connection Theater in Ventura, taking some improv classes. and she's
Yeah,
getting
they
better.
have acting classes at the Learning Annex every other week.
But you're asking for 3 movies for her to carry a franchise. It's not going to happen.
And it's like when you see
It can't
like
happen.
Henry Cavill, I think that a lot of people didn't know who he was, but if you watch The Tudors, he's a great actor. So he had this whole series under his belt of carrying a character.
I don't
and
want
an
that
emotional
British
arc
bloke
and
playing my Superman.
whatever.
We
but
got
then it's like
that's not coming out for a long time. So let's move on. But I would like Schmoville to both Facebook and tweet. Do you think Gina Carano would be a good Wonder Woman?
I think she looks the part.
She does look the part.
great in on a poster.
Acting wise. All right, so let's move on now to. Actually, also June 14th, your girl Emma Watson shows up again. She got one on the 12th and the 14th.
Yep.
She got the bling ring, based on the true story of the girls who broke into the celebrities' houses, stole all their stuff. Yeah,
I read that script.
and pretty
Awesome.
great. Okay,
Really
I'm
good.
worried about Sofia Coppola because sometimes she. Yeah, Sofia Coppola. Kenny's like off the deep end.
Yeah, he is.
Right?
I'm
He
loving.
was like sitting over
Yeah.
there a minute ago like this.
Yeah, it's true. We got like Superman. Speaking of Superman, remember Superman 3 when he went evil and fought himself in the dump? That's you're like evil Kenny.
Yeah.
I
Bizarro
love
Kenny.
Vegas Napzok.
Yeah, it's great. I like Vegas
Went to my
Napzok too.
birthday party Friday night.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
So the bling ring is
yeah.
also that week, and then the movie that we saw last night, Stuck in Love.
Which I don't know. Can we give a
I
little?
don't want to give away what we thought about it just yet, but
All
we
right.
saw it. It's a very interesting film.
Yeah, Greg Kinnear, Jennifer Connelly.
Good cast.
That's June 14th, and then you get to June 21st, where you have some movie with your boy Elijah Wood. Tiffany, and then it's called Maniac. I don't know what the hell that is, but then you get the prequel to Monsters, Monsters University, Monsters Inc., Monsters University. So,
Which I'm very excited about.
as am I. I think that the only thing I'm worried about is that it's a forced prequel, which we've seen of a lot.
Well, yeah.
Because I just want to make sure it looks kind of cliche so far in the fact that it's going to be like Sully and Mike didn't get along, they weren't friends, they become friends.
I don't think it feels forced because it's been such a long time since Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
The thing that worries me is that I'm an adult looking forward to a cartoon. that's for 10-year-olds, but I think it could be really funny. And it's like usually I don't get excited for cartoons on purpose, so I just like to go in and see, and then they always amaze me.
Yeah.
This one I'm kind of excited about already. So
all right, well, I want to
make me nervous.
I know Schmoville's happy about Monsters University. Hey, you're in Schmoville. Who do we got?
Hey guys, it's Mark Tino from New Jersey.
Hey, dude, what's up, dude? So, what do you think about Monsters U?
Oh my God, I'm excited for this movie. I've been a Pixar fan since birth. So
That's awesome.
it's like built in.
So when you heard that they were doing the prequel, you got super excited. Is it one of your favorites, the original?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I still have like the VHS tape. So.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay, so you're really looking forward to this one. I think that I think it could be fun, and I think that a lot of people have been counting Pixar out because of Cars 2 and Brave. People didn't love Brave too much. I think that's silly. I think that they still have it together. I mean, again, I wasn't a big fan of either one of those movies, but I think that Pixar still has it.
They can still put it together.
Yeah.
New Jersey, what's your favorite Pixar movie of all time, real quick?
Is it wrong to count all 3 Toy Stories?
No.
Not in Schmoeville.
Not in Schmoeville. Fantastic pick. Thank you so much for the call, dude.
Wait,
Appreciate
before I go,
it.
I have a request.
Sure.
My birthday is this weekend.
Yes,
and
sir.
for like your next review, it would mean a lot to me if you guys like give a shout out. If that's okay with you.
Okay. Well, and your name again, my friend?
Mark Aquino.
Mark Aquino, Time Lord. All right. Absolutely, my friend. We'll give you a shout
Well,
out.
happy early birthday right now.
Thank you.
All right, Mark.
I think that's what he really wanted. I think he wanted the happy birthday from Tiffany Smith. Yeah. He's like, I could give a shit if those 2 assholes say hi on my birthday.
I don't know
video,
what.
But...
First of all, I don't think I've ever done anything like that ever. Macuga's doing some weird, like, fake,
Dance?
sexy, like, oh, I'm talking into the microphone thing that I don't do. We all know I don't do sexy.
Well, June 28th, guys. No, actually, you know what?
June 21st. There's a big movie and
one.
probably a universe that could use a few more Time Lords, and that would be World War Z. Zombies aplenty.
I'm so back and forth on this movie.
I feel exactly the same.
It's like the first time I saw the trailer, I had Macuga, do your face in the camera so we can see
like,
it. This
you
is
smell
the first time.
stinky.
The first time I saw it, that's the face I saw, and I was like, and then I hear about the graphic or the book or graphic novel, whatever it was. It was a book. Okay, so people who read the book were up in arms because it's nothing like it apparently, and they did so many things with it. And then I'm like, all right, then maybe this thing's gonna suck. And then I see another trailer, and I'm going, Brad Pitt doesn't normally do movies like
that
this.
Are bad.
No,
like,
but big movies like of this scale of like the high concept stuff he doesn't do often.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm curious now.
Yep.
Then I'm reading that they wanted to do really serious and they did all these reshoots and they didn't like the ending and they had someone come in and rewrite and that makes me scared again. So I don't know, and I don't like the way the zombies go up in like a stupid herd.
Yeah, but look, my problem with this movie, we all know that I've risen to now I'm like 85% straight. But Brad Pitt is a very good-looking man, right? He's a very good-looking man. Maybe the sexiest man on planet Earth, as according to People magazine. In what universe is that guy married to the chick from The Killing? In what world do those two get together?
That's not nice.
No, she's a 5.
Nice.
Come
I like
on.
that that's all that you noticed. You're like, the only thing that I really don't get about that movie is like, you'd never be married to that girl.
Yeah.
He wouldn't sleep with her on a drunken weekend in Toronto, much less married and had 2 kids. Josh, am I wrong here?
Nope, you're 100% correct.
Thank
5
you.
across the board.
She's an attractive girl, but she's not Brad Pitt.
She's a Buffalo Wild Wings waitress.
You see, this is Jordan Rowe, our buddy Jordan Rowe.
I can't even reach that level.
Stop it. At Rowan, stop it, you animals. At Rowan at Review. Wild man, get out of there. Get out. You're out.
Singing.
You're out. Get out. Get out of there. You're out. You're out.
I was the one singing.
No, he's out. All right, so we have take your drink. All right, so Jordan Rowe tweets in.
Me a beer too?
Shut it. each World War Z trailer has been worse than the one previous. He's really dreading this movie. I get it. I can understand the excitement on your part, and maybe it's great.
I never said I was excited.
But you're curious.
I thought the trailers were cool, and
I think throw popcorn
think,
in your mouth and watch it.
Yeah, people get a little too upset, and maybe because I'm not into the mythology already. But I saw the trailer. Was it the best CGI I've ever seen? No, but it looked cool. I can get over CGI. You know, with the zombies all trying to climb that wall. I thought that was cool looking. I thought that shot was cool.
It looked a little too CGI-ish.
Apparently, they at the Cinecon or whatever it is this weekend. Is that what it's called? Or this week, Brad Pitt came out and was like, "Oh, I wanted to do a movie that my boys could see that was fun." And whenever actors say that, it makes me worried.
It means I did it so my boys can eat.
It means
at
like
Spago
it makes
every
me
night.
feel like
look, to be fair,
it just
though, too.
makes me feel like that they might not be as excited about it.
He was pretty dedicated for this movie, and he really he's one of those actors. He took himself to his next. Yeah, he took himself to the next level. There's a scene that's not even going to be in the movie that he like starved himself for, and he's in it. But he just realized that the ending wasn't as fun and big movie that it should have been. It was a little smaller of a movie, so he. We'll see.
Well,
let's move on.
I haven't read the books, but a friend of mine did, and he was like, it was probably one of the most terrifying things he's read.
We got 2 movies to cover in June 28th, by the way. That's big. It ends out the month in June.
Okay, she's kind of sexy. Kenny just held up a picture, and she is kind of sexy.
She could be married to Brad Pitt.
All right. All right, listen, June 28th. Got 2 big movies. We've talked about Adam Ray a lot in this podcast. He's a good buddy of ours. He is in the movie The Heat.
Yeah.
He plays the villain with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. Now, this is one, and I believe it's the director of Bridesmaids, Kenny?
Sorry.
Where's Facty?
Okay, Facty's is still in Vegas.
See?
Paul Feig, my suit-wearing brother.
Okay, so Paul Feig is, and again, this could be something. Like Sandra Bullock was signed on, and then they brought Melissa McCarthy
It's got
on.
Biff Tannen in it.
Does it really?
Yeah, Thomas F. Wilson.
Okay, look, it could be one of those ones that you go, it's just some buddy girl cop movie. Who knows? It's gonna be fun. They're just trying to get some laughs out of it. Who knows if they will? And it could wind up being really fun.
Yeah. And I did Adam and our buddy Brad Williams have a podcast called About Last Night, and I did it yesterday. It should be out soon. And I was talking to Adam about The Heat afterwards, and he saw it, and he's very excited because they saw it at some screening, and apparently the theater was howling and laughing. And
good.
And Adam's not the only great comedian. And Bill Burr is also in that movie. So
he's also so good.
Yeah,
on
Bill Burr.
Breaking
You guys
Bad,
know him as a but he pops up in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
He popped up in the Christopher Walken Al Pacino thing recently,
right.
and so he has these
right.
small roles and things, and he's good.
All right,
Our
so
nation's best comics.
Now, ending out that month is White House Down, which just came out a couple months ago.
Seriously?
No, but again, to be fair, it's this happens all the time. Like there's movies that
Channing Tatum?
Yeah, it's Channing Tatum, and the trailer to me looks. It was funny because when I originally thought that it was going to be like a more serious version, then like, and Roland Emmerich's going to do it. So I think the serious version, and it's PG-13. I think that Olympus Has Fallen is going to be the better of the two, but I'm still. I mean, you got Jamie Foxx and Channing Tatum. I think that it could be okay, guys.
Look, you made a weird face when you heard Channing Tatum. Though you're not a big Magic Mike gal.
I haven't seen Magic Mike. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I think I'm
you don't like
disgrace to all of
actor-wise.
I think that he is a really good actor in funny things. I wish that he would do more humor, which actually I feel like I just read that 21 Jump Street, the second part.
There's a sequel coming out.
So yes, I'm excited about that.
22 Jump Street.
I wish he would do more funny things because I think he's a good actor in those. The serious stuff, I don't buy it. Like, I loved him in G.I. Joe because I think he's just kind of playing himself and being a fun, sweet, lovable guy.
Right.
But I don't know that he can carry something.
I don't know. I think this is okay because, again, it's Roland Emmerich knows how to do it.
I'm in.
I don't really like Jamie Foxx
I know, though. Yeah.
it.
You know what? Again, we've had this conversation before. Jamie Foxx, every time I hear he's in a movie, I go, but then I watch it and I go, he was really good in that. I do that all the time.
The weird thing for me is if it's an actor... Channing Tatum, I feel like I would like him in real life, and so I want to root for him in movies. Jamie Foxx, I don't know if I would like him in real life, and so it makes it hard for me watching him in movies.
And that's why I'm on the same page, but he's normally pretty good in movies.
Yeah.
And he looks okay as Electro.
I like
that
Django.
Electro picture's pretty crazy.
He's a hell of a performer, that Jamie Foxx. Multi-talented.
Johnny, we got to wrap up here? All right, guys, so that's June. A lot of good ones. Real quick, who do you think's going to win the month of June? I think it's a pretty easy question. What are you looking forward to? Same thing?
Yeah, Man of Steel is the one I'm most looking forward to, and I can't imagine anything making more money than a Superman movie.
In June, right?
Yeah.
I got to say Man of Steel wins June, and I'm most excited for Man of Steel. That's my favorite one of the summer. So
I mean, you're saying no to Will Smith, and that's usually not a smart play, but you
against
can't say no to Superman.
Yeah,
Man of Steel
all the way around.
all the
Johnny
way.
Ice, what do you think? Man of Steel. All right, take us out with the last
cold picks.
Take us out with the Last Dragon, and we will be back in the second half with July and August. Schmoville, tweet in, do all that stuff. Do you like this? Who can guess? I want to see who can guess it.
Armageddon?
No, Schmoville's going to get it
Oh
first.
yeah, it's
does sound like
Independence Day, right?
Yeah, Ellis with the score.
Same movie.
Can't stop me.
Now, there's a reason. This I picked this one. This is the only one that Schmoville didn't pick. I picked this one because July. We're getting
very good.
But we're getting into July, and the thing was too. And another July movie that stonked to high hell was Godzilla. It's from Roland Emmerich.
Yeah,
that thing reeked. But
I don't think that was a July movie.
No,
that was not a July movie. That was May because I was still in school,
Okay.
and I skipped it to drive down to Hampton, Virginia, and go see it.
Now the reason I bring
Fell
up
asleep in the theater.
Now Frank Darabont's writing the new one, and speaking of new ones, I got this shirt here from Ripped Apparel. Which says,
look at that!
Godzilla coming soon. And look, I love this shirt. Let's get the mic out of the way.
Oh yeah, there you go. Pump your chest up there, Kavil.
It's true. But like you have Godzilla and Ripped Apparel. They're able to do this all the time. Right now, their shirt. I forget what the shirt is that they have up there. It's from a video game. And is it BioShock? I don't remember.
It's a good one. They had a good
Okay.
Ghostbusters video game one a couple days ago.
Yeah,
it's,
it's
every
really
day,
good.
every 24 hours, they have a new shirt, and you can't get that old shirt again. So make sure you check out rippedapparel.com every day. Go there through our link on our Toad Hop page.
Yeah, and then type in Schmoes, get $1 off. They're really good. And by the way, I have a little insight that you're gonna love, and you're gonna love on Sunday. There's a shirt that's coming out on Sunday.
Just order it.
I'm definitely gonna order for both of you guys. And Schmoville,
It's gonna be from Game of Thrones.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Probably.
I don't know.
Guys, sometimes I see my
Is it going to be from Veep?
No, it is not
Stop.
even from Viva. Yeah, I
like
like
out
it.
of body
All right.
know that I do something silly. Like I just got so excited, like a 3-year-old. I was like,
Hey,
Game
you know
of
what?
Thrones.
Winter is coming, and Ripped Apparel also has hoodies.
All right. Well, perfect.
And they have girly tees.
They do. All right. Enough peddling. Let's get to July. July, another animation film coming out. You have Despicable Me 2.
I'm excited about it.
Mini
I
ends.
like the first one.
I like
Yeah.
Despicable Me. Yeah.
I like the first one. I thought it was. How the hell did you get back there? Get out of there! Get out! So I think that Despicable Me 2 looks fun. I mean, it's one of those. I enjoyed the first one. I think some people didn't love it, but we thought it was.
It wasn't as funny as it could have been, but it's a kids' movie. Again, it's a cartoon that I'm not going to get excited for because I don't want to get let down, but I'll probably love
Well,
it.
and I like seeing the bad guy have to do good stuff.
Yeah. Now
It looks cute.
Yeah.
And him with the little kids.
And
is
Steve
just always
Carell
cute.
owes us after Burt Wonderstone.
Yeah. Now, here's something that I want to talk about, too, and I'm going to hold this caller for a second, too, because that same week on July 3rd.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
The Lone Ranger.
Okay. Okay.
I am so... I don't give a fuck about this movie.
And that's fine. And you don't have to be excited about every movie that comes out.
I know, but I mean, some people are excited for this thing. After reading what Armie Hammer said about it, I want to see it even
Wait, what
less.
did he say?
He said it's like a comedy rock opera, and without the music. And I'm like, it looks so horrible. It's Johnny Depp being Johnny Depp, but in a way that it's like he's full. He's full stage. He's the star of the show.
Yeah.
Tano's the star
He's
now.
playing Tonto.
Yeah, but he's the star, and he's got that face like, oh, what do you mean? What do we do? What do we do? And it's like, I don't. It looks so cheesy, and Armie Hammer looks horrible.
I'll tell you what the Lone Ranger looks like. I see the trailer and I'm like, yeah, maybe it's a fun, silly adventure. But if I was just a movie patron, if I didn't have a show where I reviewed movies, I would never see this movie.
Right.
Like I would never be. I wouldn't even be in a theater and be like, oh shit, Superman is sold out. I guess I'll go to Cold Stone Creamery because I'm not going to see the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, and the thing is too. I like Gore Verbinski, and I really liked Rango. I did. I loved Rango. I think that kind of cartoonish shit for this movie, I don't want to see it.
Dude, it's really tough to pull off that cartoonish vibe in a Western and combine those Wild Wild West. I hate bringing it up.
No, you have to bring that up. It's perfect. So,
I don't want to bring it up, Christian. I want to leave it buried where it belongs.
all right, well, let's talk to Schmoville real quick. Hey, you're in Schmoville talking about the lone stink box. Who do we got?
Hey guys, it's Matt Brown.
Matt, what's up,
Matt.
dude? So, hey, Matt. So, what do you think about this movie? You're usually on the opposite side of things. So, do you want to see it?
I was excited at the idea at first, but the trailer was kind of eh.
Yeah, right. I just think it's just.
Looks like a big spectacle, unrealistic action.
Because there's really not much to say about Lone Ranger. I did want to talk for a second about a movie that comes out in July that I've already seen.
What is that?
Uh-oh. No spoilers.
Betty Pacific Rim. What is it?
Grown Ups 2.
What?
Which one
No,
did you
God,
see?
no.
What is it?
Can we all talk at the same time?
It's called The Way, Way Back.
Oh yeah, that comes out on the 5th. That's also with Steve Carell and Rockwell.
Yeah.
And you don't have to tell us what you thought. I'm gonna think that this movie is going to be a shocker, like the heartfelt Little Miss Sunshine of the summer season. And I don't know, Matt, am I close or should we avoid it?
I don't think it's quite as good as Little Miss Sunshine, but I really, really enjoyed it.
Good. Okay. All right, Matt.
I think that
thanks for the
it's
gem.
Steve Carell like you've never seen him, and Sam Rockwell steals the show.
Okay,
As
great.
he always does.
Yeah,
Thank you, Matt. Yeah,
guy.
and I think looking
That
at that, I watched that trailer the other night, and it's the first time you see Steve Carell like being a dick, and he hasn't been like. It's almost reminded me of a lighter version of how De Niro was with DiCaprio, and what's that movie? About A Boy's Life, and
But like a realistic dick, not like Burt Wonderstone.
No. He's just a dick. He's like he's his stepfather, and he's just a jerk to him. It's more of that independent vibe, but it looks cool. And that movie comes out on July 4th, like 2 days after the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, it's not going to be the big July 4th movie. I think that'll be between Despicable Me 2 and the Lone Ranger, but it's there too. What a battle you have the next week.
What do you got?
You have your family movie, Grown Ups 2. It's a sequel. It's built in. But, I mean, come on, man. After seeing... I was already excited for this movie.
Crystal Fairy?
For Crystal Fairy.
Yeah.
And then Christian and I saw some sneak preview WonderCon footage of Pacific Rim. And my God, that was epic. I cannot describe to you, the home listener, how awesome that movie looked on that screen.
It looked so cool because the thing was, it jumped on anticipated for me, and I told you that right afterwards because...
It may have gone to number 1 for this movie
over Man of Steel.
What? Yeah, it was that awesome.
No, you're talking about just for that month or for all of summer?
For all of summer.
Wow.
For all of eternity, Smith.
Wow. Look here.
Forever and ever.
That is a tall order, sir.
To fight monsters, they created monsters, and to see it on the screen the way it was portrayed,
It looked great. And the thing was, when this trailer came out initially, or when that, or one of the, I guess it was a first trailer for it, and then everyone's like, it just looks like
Looks like Transformers
meets Voltron. You forget that Guillermo del Toro is doing it, and you also forget, you don't know, a lot of people don't know, he had full, and this is what he said at the panel, he had full creative control. He was able to do whatever he wanted to do, and he had so much fun doing it, and it looked so cool on that panel. Like there's a scene, you said that this at the very end, there's a shot of one of the robots running after one of the monsters with a full submarine in his hand, and he hits the thing
like
in the head with
club.
a baseball bat.
Like a billy club.
It looks so cool, and it just looks like a movie that, like you say, you're just there to eat the corn.
And it looks like I understand people are like, it just looks like a Michael Bay thing. And look, both directors have talents. Michael Bay is really good at having like long flowing Jacksonville, Florida hippie hair, okay?
Yeah.
But then Guillermo del Toro is really good at caring about his audience and caring about the content and putting out a good product. So I believe in this movie. I cannot wait to see this. Also coming out that weekend is the sequel to the horror movie VHS. That came out VHS 2.
When?
Yeah, I reviewed the horror movie with Eliza Schlesinger. There's a bunch of little
I don't even
vignettes.
know that horror
And
movie.
VHS 2 comes out,
I don't do those things.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure, man. Yeah, no,
see
everybody
that.
questioned me. Let's just bring the podcast to a halt again.
I don't see that. All right.
We're taking calls from Schmoeville now while everybody else does the research.
I just am excited with Pacific Rim 2 with the team from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, no, and
Charlie Hunnam,
I'm excited to see him in something that's not Sons of Anarchy.
And Charlie Day is playing the
Ron
scientist.
Perlman's in it
Yeah,
too.
and I love.
Yeah.
I would have been.
He looks great
I
in
would have been a little skeptical of Charlie Day had I not heard what Del Toro said about him and the way, and he compared him to Michael J. Fox or something in it.
Yeah, because he's got that vibe that he's still cool but kind of geeky a little bit too vibe. He looks kind of like what Jeff Goldblum was in Jurassic Park, where it's a scientist, kind of punk rocky scientist.
I like the tattoos and everything too.
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking Pacific Rim here. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, this is Thomas from Arizona.
Thomas, what's up, man? So what are your thoughts on Pacific Rim?
I gotta agree. I think it may be my most anticipated movie of the summer.
Wow,
damn right.
All right, so you're on the Ellis train there. Is there a particular reason why, or just you trust in Del Toro? You like the Voltron angle? What is it?
All of that, but I think it seems so much fresh. I mean, I'm really excited for Iron Man and Superman, but I just think big giant robots fighting big monsters on the big screen will be awesome.
You're totally right.
That's summer.
I appreciate that. Thanks for the call. Yeah, I mean, even Shoozy Pants just typed in Jax Teller, Stringer Bell, and Charlie vs. Aliens. Sign me up. I mean, it just sounds just sounds like it's a movie you want to see.
Yeah,
but
it's getting my money that weekend over Grown Ups too.
And there's the thing of where it's
Grown-Ups
like
too.
you put a bunch of actors in a movie that are all huge names, but these actors are all they're like A-list actors, but not like the like
they're
Brad
not,
Pitt and you know
they're not going to cripple your production budget by being in the movie. And Idris Elba too gives the great. He gave a hint of that great speech, like that Bill Pullman Independence Day speech.
But you're going to get awesome acting.
Yeah, and the thing is too, it's potential future big stars.
Yeah,
that's great. It's like the minor league team of great talent.
Yeah, and you have to. I wish that they would in sci-fi where it's like there's so much CGI where they're like acting against nothing that you have to be that much better of an actor to be able to pull it off.
Right, I totally agree. And so, real quick, why Grown Ups 2? Out of all the sequels that Adam Sandler does, that's the only one. That's the only sequel he's ever done.
No, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing here, and I'm going to flip the side. Out of all the Adam Sandler movies, there's worse movies he could do a sequel to.
Like Jack and Jill?
Yeah, think about that.
I know, but
think about having to sit through 90 minutes more of Jack and Jill, Christian, and I cannot wait for Grown Ups 2.
After having that swing with your sister again.
See? Yeah, there's probably going to be a couple Van Halen songs in Grown Ups 2. That's good.
Yeah, we have a little bet going on, by the way. Mark and I the other day, when we saw Oblivion, he said, "How about this? We'll have to do something. Whatever. We don't know what the prize is yet, but
I figured out.
What is it?
Okay, so Christian and I, whenever we see a movie, if there's a Van Halen song in the movie, Christian has to chug a beer live on the podcast.
Yeah.
If there's a Doors song in the movie, I have to chug a beer on the podcast. Our two favorite bands going head to head. Yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of drunken stupor.
All right, so Pacific Rim wins that stupid weekend anyway. All right, July 19th. I am going to be shocked to hear myself say this because July 19th you have here's a couple.
I'm going to love hearing you say this.
It's going to be crazy.
Do it.
All right, so you have Red 2 that's coming out with Bruce Willis, which is a fun movie. I don't know why they had to make a second one. It's not even the same director, which scares me because that's what made the first one so fun.
Good.
Was the directing.
That's not going to be the thing that scares you the most.
No, but wait, that's not. I want to get to that last because the other movie I saw a trailer for was this R.I.P.D. with Ryan Reynolds and Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, can I read? I want to read you the little paragraph blurb about what this movie is if you haven't heard of it. Yeah. Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds headline R.I.P.D. as two cops dispatched by the otherworldly Rest in Peace Department to protect and serve the living from an increasingly destructive array of souls who refuse to move peacefully to the other side. This sounds like Beetlejuice and cops.
Have you seen the trailer?
No.
I mean, it is literally Men in Black. It's Men in Black. I mean,
I'm in, man.
It looks just like Men in Black.
2 feet in.
The only reason that I am in-ish is because of Jeff Bridges. I think that it looks like he's playing his Wild Bill character mixed with like True Grit. And in that, I'm curious because it's Jeff Bridges. You never know. You're never going to be bored. But I'm just worried that it's going to be with all this real stuff. It's so cartoony, and I don't know if I'm going to care.
I need to hold out to see the trailer, but just reading that premise, it seemed like a cool originally kind of idea.
Yeah, and it's a graphic novel, I think too.
It's a Dark Horse comic, so I'm like, I don't know. It could. Ryan Reynolds does not have a good track record when it comes to comic book movies translated to film.
He's got the Green Lantern on his ledger, and that's a
black mark on his ledger.
Okay. I didn't hate Green Lantern. It was but again, I didn't come in like with my power ring on. I was just like, oh look, outer space, neat.
But the thing
I totally have a.
I like to laugh.
It's fine.
Shit. Hey, we're not. I don't think we're live right now.
Blackest Night.
Man, somebody go get Johnny Ice.
Johnny Ice. We're not live on video right now.
Well, we're gonna keep talking. We're going to keep talking because we are live on audio.
We're live on audio.
And that's all you can really do. And we can try to tread some water a little bit because what Christian is getting to is that there's a movie coming out that weekend, July 19th, that you would not think Christian Harloff is looking forward to. You know Mark Ellis is looking forward to this because it's a scary movie. It's a thrill ride, and it's called The Conjuring.
Yeah, The Conjuring, James Wan.
Oh, yeah.
It looks so cool.
Yeah, creepy.
It's just the way that it is shot and the way, again, we talked about it last week a little bit. The movie is rated PG-13. I mean, rated R.
Oh.
It's rated R because it's too scary.
Yeah,
that is so.
They put the movie before the MPAA, and the MPAA came back with the R rating, and everybody at the movie was like, "Why do you rate this R? There's no like real violence or gore that you see." And the MPAA is like, "It's just too fucking scary." So it's rated like they don't think the kids under 17 can handle it. So let's get ready to get frightened.
That means that I definitely can't handle it.
Come on, Smith,
dude. The only way I would do it is if like we could film it and then film my reaction after, because I feel like that might be funny, but I'll have nightmares for like a month.
Oh, that's why you don't like scary movies? You get nightmares?
I get nightmares, and I live by myself, and so it's like if I wake up in the middle of the night, like the first podcast that I did, I feel like that we talked about, what was that stupid horror movie?
I was out of town for that one, and I called in from, I think I was seeing Sinister.
I freaking woke up in the middle of the night, and I was like, there's something, the shadows are demons in my apartment. Like,
well,
I don't like that
the way
stuff.
my
It
apartment is
scares
currently
me.
set up scares the shit out of me because like I leave my door open and then there's like that little crease where the bad guy could really skinny boogeyman could be hiding, and there's a scene in the Conjuring trailer that looks exactly like the way my room is set up. Yeah,
That's why I don't do those movies. And it's a waste of money because I sit there like this, and then I ask people, "Can I look now? Can I look now? Can I look now? Can I look now?"
Well, it's weird because they're having the premiere at Disneyland, so we were going to take you, and now
that movie looks so creepy, and it's a battle in July. Like I have pretty clear cut in June, pretty clear cut in May. July is up in the air, but
the end of the month, it's
the
not
end
up
of
in
the
the air.
month, you
Not
have,
up in the air.
Yeah, that's right. You have the Wolverine coming out.
Oh, I thought you were talking Smurfs too.
The Smurfs too. That's July 31st.
You have the 26th is the Wolverine coming out,
Yes.
and from everything I've seen so far, it seems like they're
So
doing
good.
it right. The trailer was. I didn't love the Wolverine trailer that we saw just because it was a little too confusing for me. Like I just didn't understand what was going on, what the story they're trying to tell here is. I don't want too much, but I want to know a little bit going into the movie.
I do think that the way that trailer is put together gave a lot of like cool moments for comic book fans.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't a trailer that people who don't know the story and don't understand the whole like adamantium and that he can heal himself and how epic it is that he can't heal himself and how painful it is for the claws to come out. Like those moments.
Well, speaking of the
think
claws
got
coming out, looking to our left here, walking in is the man solely responsible for Weird Science remake. No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to punch him in the face.
Yeah, from Joel Silver's company. His company actually is responsible for that, as well as the original. Ethan Erwin, our buddy. Ethan, welcome back to Schmoeville, my friend.
Hi, everyone.
How are
Hello,
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Have you guys met yet?
I don't think so.
I'm
Hey,
Ethan.
I'm so
Oh,
We're
so
shaking
nice.
hands.
All right.
We shook hands.
God, what a smooth guy. Thank you for
Have a
translating
seat, you
that.
guys
Our
are
video's
close to
currently
me.
down, but the audio's running. We are kicking ass here in Schmoeville.
Yeah, Ethan Erwin, who is one of the producers of the Sherlock Holmes series with Robert Downey Jr., as well as, he knows Jason Momoa.
What?
He knows Jason Momoa. She loves Jason Momoa.
He calls him Momoes.
We may have kissed.
Oh, yeah. Look at
Ethan
that.
Erwin coming in throwing bombs. Ethan, so we've been talking about all the movies, and we just hit the majority of July. We're in the Wolverine right now. James Mangold. How do you feel about that movie? The trailer. What did you think looking at it?
I cannot wait for it.
Really?
I am so excited. It is going to be amazing, I think. From people I've talked to who, of course, they worked on it, so they have to
but they're pretty excited
But they
for
are
it.
very excited about it.
You can sift through the bullshit when you're talking to these other Hollywood types, and you know what's real, what's legit. Did you get excited watching the trailer, or is it just stuff you've heard?
No, I was excited by the trailer, too. It's cool. Listen, I love Hugh Jackman. I mean, we all have our laminated lists of people that if we can run into, have the chance to meet
You'd
in
kiss?
Hollywood, that you would.
He's one of them.
Like Momoa?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, so he's definitely in the top 10. No, I'm very excited about it. I love that whole series of films.
Even the last one? Even The Last Stand?
Well, no,
No. I only count
Not The
real.
Last Stand.
I'm-
Not The Last Stand. Origin. Excuse me. I love The Last Stand.
Yeah.
No, that movie's actually terrible too. You're wrong.
Yeah.
No, you stop that.
No. Last Stand and Origins are, but I don't count them as X-Men movies.
Christian,
There's
you didn't like The
X-Men
Last
1, 2, and
Stand?
First Class.
Wait.
That's
Which-
X-Men 3, The Last Stand.
X-Men 3 Blue.
No, that was.
But I
terrible.
also feel like
It's terrible. The
because
second one's
Origin
great.
was not great, that this has such people are going to go in with low expectations, which is going to make it that much better.
Yeah. This looks like more of, it feels like you're going to be actually like reading a comic book without having to sift through words.
Yeah. Well,
That's what this movie looks like
Yes,
to me.
exactly.
Well, then the Smurf and Smurfs on July 31st. Who gives a crap? I don't know. It's just to torture people. But one of the movies that we forgot
want
in
you to sit
July.
closer to me.
July 17th. No. July 19th. Only God Forgives.
Okay.
Which is the Ryan Gosling movie with the Nicholas Winding Refn.
Yep.
Winding Refn.
They've collabed
They've
before
collabed
on
before
Drive.
Drive. So they are back again. Look, this trailer looks. You can look at it and say this is the same team again. I just hope that Ryan Gosling talks and doesn't stare as much in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I still really like Drive. I just didn't love it. Think it was the greatest movie of
I
the
think
year.
that I like it. I would like it a lot more if I saw it again. I'm just so sick of certain people going, "It's the best thing of everything." Like
they say it like that.
That's
Everyone
just like
you know,
that.
if anybody
Yeah.
said anything in that voice, I would
It's
be
just
annoyed
Josh the
too.
intern. Josh the intern's
I mean,
on. He's like, I hate Spider-Man, but Drive. Oh my God, I have it on my desktop.
Wow.
He has Drive on his desktop.
He doesn't look like how he sounds, but that's it's impressive. Actually, Hugh Jackman was originally supposed to star in Drive.
Is that
It was
true?
originally going to be Hugh Jackman vehicle.
I don't believe that anymore. I think he
What?
just wants Hugh Jackman to star in everything. Is he going to be in Weird Science too?
Maybe.
Hugh Jackman was orially going to play my wife, and
Yes.
It was a switch
Hugh
at the altar.
Jackman was going to play Brad Pitt's wife.
Yes, he'll be the Kelly LeBrock role. Hugh Jackman.
Perfect. Let's take a call from Schmoeville and see. Hey, Schmoeville. So we're talking about July movies. Out of the movies we talked about so far, what do you want to see the most? Great.
Nope.
That's my favorite too.
All right. See you later.
They just
He
heard
was
the Smurfs too
overwhelmed
and
with
hung up.
excitement that he couldn't speak.
Hey, you're in Schmoeville. We've been talking July movies. Which movie do you want to see?
I'm actually really excited for Only God Forgives, and I'm also really excited for Chris Duckman's review of Only God Forgives because he's going to go nuts.
I'm sure.
He's probably going to love it, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
All right.
See ya.
Cool. Thanks. So we were. Let's talk about July as far as what we think. We've been doing this for every month. What do you think will be the winner of July that's coming out?
Wow. I mean, because there's a lot of choices.
It's a lot.
Oh,
So what we
man.
said, by the way, we said May was going to be. I picked Iron Man 3. I think everyone picked Iron Man 3 money wise, and then
Yeah.
Man of Steel for second June.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, but also there's World War Z, White House Down. I don't know.
You think World War? You think White House Down could be over Wolverine? Money wise?
No, White House Down is still June, so that
it's
would
June.
be, yeah.
Okay.
We're just competing for the month
July.
of
Right now it's just July.
Okay, well, we're talking about July.
So here's
We're talking
you
July.
got Despicable Me
Yes.
2, you got The Lone Ranger, you got The Way Back, you got
had Pacific
Grown Ups
Rim.
2, Pacific Rim.
I would say Despicable Me is a safe choice, but I'm so stoked for Pacific Rim.
Yeah,
I
me
think that
too.
movie looks so awesome. The Conjuring, I think, looks really cool.
Yeah,
It's
it looks
scary.
But money wise, you're pretty good at the number stuff. Who's winning?
I mean, in the end of the when we do this, like
Yeah,
in
Lone Ranger?
January of next year,
Yeah.
it'll be neck and neck, Lone Ranger and Despicable Me too.
Really?
Those
Wow,
family
okay.
kind of broad appeal movies. I
What?
think that some parents may be afraid to take their kids to see Pacific Rim
Yeah.
because that
What's
monster
the
shit is
Wolverine
intense.
rated though?
Yeah.
What is it rated?
Wolverine is going to be
PG-13.
PG-13.
For
It's just NC-17. It's just really brutal.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of bathhouse scenes.
It's tough to whack off with claws. It really hurts.
here's my pick. I think that for
It just-
the most excited movie I want to see for that is
Spartacus.
Is Spartacus? No, I don't want to see
Oh
Spartacus.
no.
The most exciting movie for me is Pacific Rim for July. The one that's going to make the most money is The Lone Ranger.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
No, well, here's the thing. I think Lone Ranger will do well, but it will not. It's not a pirates movie.
That's
And it's
telling
something
you.
that has been around for like 100 years.
No, but it's just, families
But I
can go and see that. Families can't go and see Wolverine, and maybe Despicable Me would I think you could be right, but I think it's between those two.
All right, I usually don't do this, Christian. I usually don't throw around the hard-earned money that I do at my shift at
Yeah,
Arby's. But
yeah.
Christian, I'm willing to bet you $5
Okay.
that the Lone Ranger
American dollars?
will not be 5 rubles.
Okay.
That the Lone Ranger will not be the most money-making
What
film
do you
in
think?
July.
Well, what do you think will?
When Ethan Erwin tabulates all the votes next in July, Pacific Rim could be Despicable Me. I'm taking the field.
Give me what will beat it.
Despicable Rim? Despicable Rim will?
Despicable Rim?
If
That's
we
the
combine,
NC-17.
It sounds like a
I would see
Ken
that
Napzok video from this weekend. Despicable Rim.
I didn't have enough money for that.
oh god.
Anyways.
I don't have to. I'm just betting you
No.
$5 that you're
Fine.
going to lose.
Fine.
Yeah.
That works.
I feel like I'm most excited for the Wolverine and Pacific Rim, but I feel like
Are you taking the franchise? You're taking the claws. You're taking Jackman.
I feel like Jackman could be the biggest seller of that
Moneymaker?
month
Okay.
too.
All right.
I got Pac
'Cause
Rim.
kids are still
at
gonna go see
both.
it.
Pac Rim's going to make the most money, and it's going to excite this little boy the most.
All right. Well, that's definitely going to happen. All right. Let's take one more call from Schmoeville before we go to.
Hey, you know
break.
what? We should get somebody to make a poster for Despicable Rim.
Despicable Rim.
Yeah, I want to see what kind of
I'm
movie
sure
that is.
Vivid already has that.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, you got to have
Stop
Ken
it.
in it. Ken's
Just
got to be in it.
stop it.
Cinemax, 3 a.m. tonight.
pretty
Despicable
good at
Rim.
All right. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Yeah, James from California.
James, what's up, dude? So, what movie in July do you want to see?
I want to see 2 of them. I want to see The Wolverine.
Yep.
I think that's going to be probably the #1 movie of the month, behind Pacific Rim and Despicable Me coming in 3rd.
Yeah.
But I really want to see the film, what is that called, RPD?
Yeah.
R.I.P.D.,
the
yeah.
Men in Black 4.
It's. I don't think it's going to be. Again, I haven't seen the
You
trailer.
got to see
but,
the trailer, dude. The trailer looks just. I mean, you watch the trailer and you'll go, okay, that's Men in
well,
Black
what's
4.
that, James? What do you think? It looks too much like a Men in Black movie? Or do you think it looks like it can stand on its own?
Ooh. Well, It kind of is a mix of both.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh God. Are you worried about Ryan Reynolds in a comic book franchise? Because I am.
No, I'm worried about him doing Green Lantern too.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Not
I don't think that's
gonna
going to happen. James, thank you for the call, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right. All right, so we're about to go to break here in a second. Let's take one more call from Schmoville, and then we will. We're still talking July movies. Hey, you're in Schmoville. Who do we got?
Hey, this is Dylan from Maryland here.
Hey, dude. So what do you got?
I just wanted to say Pacific Rim is my most anticipated movie of the year. I'm with
Wow.
Alice on that train.
Okay.
Big lover of monster movies, and this is like takes it to a whole new level. And do you think monster movies like Super 8 are going to start to become a trend in Hollywood for summer movies every year, along with superhero movies anytime soon with their success?
That's a great question. Thank you. I think that it could. I mean, because here's the reason why. From what Del Toro was saying at WonderCon, was that he wants to make this into like a franchise. You know? And if that's the case, and then you have Godzilla, which could also be a franchise if it's successful, then why not? I still want to see Rampage, which I think this
Someday.
You think it'll happen?
I mean, Warner's has the rights to it. They were trying to make a new movie.
And you think that if these are successful, they gotta move it.
If Pacific Rim is successful and then Godzilla is successeful, I think it's a no-brainer for them.
I don't want to go on too much of like a cross universe like Patton Oswalt ran on Parks and Rec.
So
but
great.
I want to. What if Pacific Rim does really well, right? And then maybe Godzilla can come into that universe. Then maybe King Kong can come into that universe, and we can build these robots to fight these classic movie. None of you fuckers are on board with this idea.
No, we're listening.
You're all looking at me like I'm teaching you Rosetta Stone.
You were selling the story.
I had you captivated.
We were captivated.
I saw a bunch of blank stares and Shoesy with his thumbs up. Like, I'm in. Thanks for endorsing my product, Shoesy. Appreciate that.
Guys, we're here with Ethan Erwin, Tiffany Smith, Mark Ellis, Christian Harloff. We'll be back talking August movies, and we're going to have the writers of G.I. Joe Retaliation on the phone to talk as well. Be back in a second. All right, guys, we're coming back here from the... what do we got here? I forget which one this was.
Is this in Ninja Turtles when Shredder makes his first
It's the Hunger Games trailer. I love it. I asked Johnny Ice what this was, and he rubbed his belly. Hey, Rhett, hold on one second. Hey, guys, we're talking summer movies here, and very excited that we're going to be joined by the writers of G.I. Joe Retaliation in just a second,
Nice.
too. Yeah, and again, guys, it is the Schmoes Know podcast talking about July, August, and
all those summer months.
All those summer monster movies.
I feel like we were just in school where
And
they're
it's
like,
great. I know, I was
say
trying
the
to figure it
month
out.
of the year.
I know,
If the month is warm, we're talking about movies being released during it.
That's right. Now, before we get into our phone call here, I wanted to let Schmoville know that Mr. Mark Ellis, our beloved Mr. Mark Ellis, he's not going to be here for 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
This is the worst news ever.
Killing me. I'm going to be missing the podcast. They're going to be on the videos and all that stuff, but they Get to the Castle comedy tour. It's going into high gear. Denver, San Francisco, Richmond, Virginia, Orlando. Back to back to back to back. Christian, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do.
Well,
Does that mean
Josh
I'm
Macuga's
gonna
licking his lips. He's ready to get that mic, man.
Shit.
So we're going to have him. Bobby Finstock will be in here. Yeah, we have
Tiffany. I'm sorry.
We got a lot of cool people coming in.
Anytime you say you're away, I'm like, freaking A, that means Finstock.
Kenny's
You guys know Robert Finstock?
Bobby Finstock. All right, guys. So
No one
So
saw
right now, we wanted to look. We're talking summer movies. Last year, there was a summer movie supposed to come out,
which I was very excited about.
Yeah, but now it came out in March. We just saw it, and that's G.I. Joe Retaliation. And we're joined by one of the writers right now. We have Rhett Reese on the phone. Rhett, how are you, man?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Thank you for joining us.
Happy to join you, and Paul should be here momentarily. I jumped the gun. I'm always trying to get advanced billing ahead of him.
That's
so.
okay. You want to talk about Man of Steel and Pacific Rim, don't you?
I'm looking forward to both of those very much, actually.
They look so cool, man. That's why we're excited to talk to you, because you guys definitely know about these big budget kind of fun movies right now and the tone. By the way, Retaliation. I don't know if you've seen our review on it. We really, really enjoyed the switch in tone from the first film, and the way that I was a huge G.I. Joe comic book fan back in the day, the Marvel comics, and I thought,
as was I, the Larry Hama run, absolutely.
See, I
was too busy playing with the toys to read, so.
And I also did that. My time was completely occupied.
Okay, yeah. That's how you budget your time, kids.
Well, that's a fantastic. It's good to know then, Rip, because I want to know, like, if you were a big fan of the comics, did you go then because I felt more like I got the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow story from the Marvel comics than I did in that original.
It was a little bit darker.
But it was, the thing was with Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes in the comics, they always had that kind of brotherhood thing.
Yeah.
And that was kind of, to me, Storm Shadow was more just like the stereotypical villain in the first movie. And in this, he had more substance to him.
He's like a grayscale. Like he could go either way.
Well, was that your...
Well, and they're yin and yang a little bit, and we had fun with just exploring, what happens when nemesis become, unlikely friends, for a moment, and that was something we explored largely because of our affection for those two characters. So.
Sorry.
Well, we're talking all the summer movies here, and there's movies that people are excited for, like Man of Steel and like the Wolverine, and these are franchises that are kind of being revitalized a little bit. So going into G.I. Joe 2, Retaliation, is it more nerve-wracking when you're trying to create something off of a first movie that wasn't as well received as people would have liked, or do you just have the creative freedom to just say, hey, let's just do it the way we want, and it can't be as bad as the first one?
Well, I think that we actually enjoyed the first movie, so I think there was a little bit of piling on the first movie that was maybe unjustified. I think the thing that the first movie gave us, which was a real gift, was this idea of the infiltration of the White House by a fake president. That was a really great cliffhanger they gave us, and then they also kind of gave us just set up a revenge plot by putting Cobra Commander and Destro in prison at the end of the first movie. So they gave us really two launching points, and that actually made it easier for us than had we had to start completely from scratch. The idea of a president in the White House who's kind of like an evil teenager who's been given the keys to the car, like that just really appealed to us.
See, I liked that element of it as well, because I also really, because I didn't watch a lot of the trailers, because again, I just watched the big IMAX scene that they showed, because that was enough, and that got me on board.
Yeah.
And then when that scene in the prison, when he looks at Destro and he leaves him there, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is setting up something great. So are you licking your chops to get to writing, or what? On the third one.
Oh, absolutely, and it also was a little bit of a chance to, as you mentioned the Marvel comic. I mean, it was a chance to get back to that. I mean, there was an issue of the Marvel comic, and you may remember. I mean, for the people out there who read it, they may remember. It was an issue called Silent Interlude, and I don't know if the story was apocryphal or not, but as the story went, they didn't have enough time to write the dialogue for the comic in time to get it out, apparently. And they're like, you know what, screw it, we just won't have dialogue in this issue. And so they did an issue where Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes square off at a monastery. Snake Eyes is trying to save Scarlet in the original, but in any case, they square off in a monastery, and there's no dialogue, like the whole comic. And so, and we were like, oh my God, we have to pitch this to Paramount. We have to, convince them to put this particular sequence or one very much like it in the movie. And we pitched them that. We said, how about if for 10 minutes, right in the middle of the movie, there's not one line spoken? And they were really intrigued by it, and they let us run with it. So, I mean, it's a combination of taking what the first movie gave us, and then also taking what the comic gave us.
This shows you how much of a nerd I am. I know that was episode 32.
Oh, man. I was going to say, Rhett, you're in good company, because as soon as you started mentioning that storyline, our producer, Ken Napzok, is nodding his head like a woodpecker. He's going crazy. Everybody's very excited that you incorporated the comic books into this movie.
Yeah, it was especially. It's funny that he said that, because when that scene was going on, I was like, this reminds me of that episode of that issue.
How are you married?
I don't know. She threw out all the comics.
And when you guys are working on that, and you are pulling in stuff from the comics, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but taking like artistic liberties with certain things, are there any lines that you guys are like, no, we just can't cross that? Like, how do you find the balance that works?
You just, I mean, I don't know. It's always a balance, because for all the diehard G.I. Joe fans that there are, and there are a lot, there are vastly many more people who've never read a G.I. Joe comic or don't really know anything about it. So you always have to take into account the people who have never seen it. I mean, people have this dyslexia for Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. It drives me crazy. The people who don't know G.I. Joe think that because Snake Eyes is wearing black, he must be bad, and because Storm Shadow is wearing white, he must be good.
Yeah.
And so you kind of have to overcome that, like, for example, just by, just having some characters just indicate that, hey, this is an actual bad guy and this is a good guy, just so you know before we start this. But, overall, you just have to do that dance between pleasing the diehard fans and pleasing the more casual folks, and you try to walk that line.
you know, Snake Eyes could pipe up a little bit and say, "Hey, I'm a good guy." Like he could, you know.
No, he can't.
Yeah, well, we actually really liked that moment in the movie where, you know, Snake Eyes speaks, and you think for just a second that he spoke, and we were just hoping that all the diehard fans would go, "Wait a minute, no!" And then you realize, you know, 10 seconds later that it's actually Storm Shadow in disguise.
Yeah,
it was
Snake
great.
Eyes.
It was great.
Okay, so I think we have Paul coming in as well. Paul, do we have you as well?
Yes, this is Paul.
Paul, how are you? We have Paul and Rhett, and we're talking
Yay,
G.I. Joe
technology.
Retaliation, and we finally got the technology working here. Another thing that again, our fans, Schmoville, are huge fans of Zombieland, so we got to talk a little about Zombieland.
Fantastic.
So that one was a movie that just honestly blew me out of my seat
I feel
because
like I said double tap to somebody the other day, and they were like, "What?" I was like, come on.
But again, something when I heard you guys were going to be on the show, I had to ask you this. Now, when you wrote, did you write Bill Murray into the when you were writing the script? Was Bill Murray your choice?
Well, it was originally Patrick Swayze back when in 2005, I think. Was it 2005 that draft was written, Rhett?
I think it might have been 2006 or 7 by the time we wrote Swayze in, but it was originally Swayze.
That would have been pretty phenomenal too.
So how does Bill Murray come along, and you're like, well, we can get Bill Murray, or you go ahead and write just a Hollywood star in and let them improvise most of their lines, or how does that scene come together?
Oh, it was the craziest evolution, actually.
With you guys ending in a high five.
It went about 12 or 13 drafts with different actors.
Wow.
Everyone from The Rock and Joe Pesci to Mark Hamill and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Who else was on that list, Rhett?
Kevin Bacon, we wrote one for. We really had tried a bunch of different actors, and we'd gotten, you know, Sylvester Stallone was another one. We heard a lot of no's, not because necessarily they passed on the material, but because a lot of them were busy or just, you know, Joe Pesci, and we were told was retired, though it turns out he wasn't. I think he may have just been using that as an excuse.
Well, he had a big Snickers commercial to shoot, so.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
Amanda Bynes is retired, too, but
Just from his agent, when they told us what he had said was, there's no such thing as a small part, only small money.
That is a good one.
That's great.
True.
Well, I don't know how that scene actually comes together, but I got to thank you guys, because two of my favorite things on earth are Bill Murray and Van Halen. For him to reference Eddie Van Halen in that scene, my head exploded. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
So I'm sorry, I have to ask.
Yeah.
In the Swayze version, was the Van Halen reference "She's Like the Wind"? Was that a reference to that?
Oh man.
We did not have a "She's Like a Wind" as a reference, but we had a lot of references. I mean, in the original draft, Patrick Swayze had already actually become a zombie, so they were fighting a Patrick Swayze zombie, and there was all this paraphernalia around the house, including a potter's wheel, and the character of Columbus had started to throw a pot on the potter's wheel, and Swayze's zombified hands came around the sides of it and kind of put his hands on top of Columbus's hands. That was how the fight began. So we had a lot of inside jokes like that for Swayze.
Guys, that movie was so fun too. So I gotta ask you then, what's going on with Zombieland 2? Is there any? Are you guys writing it? Is it coming along? What's the progression?
Well, it's on hold actually. As we chase this Amazon pilot here, we're doing a pilot, Zombieland pilot for Amazon.com. They're getting into the content business like Netflix and Hulu and such, and so that's really been our focus in terms of Zombieland. We're immensely proud. It's about to come out. We think any day now. Hopefully on Amazon.com, and we're very excited about it. So for the time being, the sequel's a little bit on hold here. So.
Okay, so who do we got in the TV version now?
Well, we actually wrote, interestingly, Zombieland was originally a television pilot back in 2005. We always intended it for it to become a series. And when it became clear that the sequel was not imminent, that it wasn't going to come together for a number of different reasons, we decided to bring it back as a TV pilot. And Amazon has been a great partner. They took a chance on it in that format, and we've recast the 4 lead parts. So there will still be a Tallahassee, Columbus, Little Rock, and Wichita, but they're played by new people, or people that, you know, are reasonably new to America. The interesting thing is the guy we wrote the part of Tallahassee for back in 2005 is an actor named Kirk Ward. And we've given him, we ended up giving him the part 8 years later, the part that was originally intended to be his before it became a movie and before Woody Harrelson took that part. So it's really cool to be able to go back and hand the part to the guy who originally inspired the character.
Yeah, that's great. And, you know, as a fan of comedy and of zombie pictures and TV shows and all that stuff, I'm very much looking forward to the Amazon.com one, as long as there isn't a character named Andrea.
Yeah.
She is a genius in the comics. I'm just
Well, I know. Well, that's a great point that you bring up too, because the difference is, and I think that I'm sure you guys are hearing it now too. You get the series, and then well, what about Walking Dead? Walking Dead, I'd say this is so much different because again, if judging off of the way you guys wrote the movie, there's going to be tons of comedy, but like not over that you lose it. You still have that zombie element and all. So, are you sick of hearing the Walking Dead comparisons yet, or do you not care, or do you welcome it?
Well, I think we welcome it just in the terms of Walking Dead is a huge success. We would kill to be the success that Walking Dead is, you know. I mean, I think we're very, very different. Ours is a half-hour comedy, tonally, you know, exactly like Zombieland was. We really tap into the wish fulfillment of the post-apocalypse versus, you know, the dour, dark nature of it, you know. It's like you can drive any car you want. You can kill anybody with reckless abandon. You can, you know, crash any shop or, you know, eat any food or just do anything you want to do. And we really want to tonally tap into that, the excitement of no traffic in the post-apocalypse kind of feel.
Well, we're excited, actually very excited to see it then. When can we find it on Amazon? Do you have a release for it?
Very, very soon. It's a matter of days, and it may even be a matter of hours. We're not sure exactly when it is going to first be streamable, but it'll be up for about a month, and it'll be completely free. So as long as you have a device that can stream Amazon or you can watch it on your computer, you'll be able to watch it and weigh in, and that's actually going to play a big part in whether we get to go to series, because Amazon's streaming all of its pilots for free for that same month, and depending on audience reaction, they're going to decide to move forward on some and not on others. So we really do need the support.
All right, Schmoville, so make sure you, again, be on the lookout. I mean, everybody, I know you guys are huge fans of Zombieland. We have people tweeting in about it like crazy. So check out the series by the writers of the movie on Amazon, coming out very soon. And we'll, as soon as we figure out when it's going to be on as well, we'll put it on Twitter and Facebook, and we'll talk about it on our YouTube channel. And before we let the guys go, I do want to ask you one thing about a possible G.I. Joe Part 3. Will we be seeing Tunnel Rat and will pork chop
Beachhead?
And will pork chop sandwiches be there at all?
He just got so excited.
And the fridge, right?
Yeah.
The fridge, absolutely.
Can you give us anything what we'd be able to see at all, what you're thinking about for G.I. Joe 3? Any tidbit?
Well, we'll definitely tap into the Snake versus Storm thing that we had going on in 2. You can't have a G.I. Joe movie without Snake and Storm for sure.
Destro?
Roadblock will be back, and then we're just kind of right now brainstorming about what happens beyond that, what characters we introduce and bring back, and so on and so forth. But
Idris Elba as Iceberg. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of characters that characters like Wild Bill and Beachhead, as you mentioned. The Baroness wasn't in number 2, and we'd certainly love to bring her back if that makes sense. So, maybe Major Blood. There are definitely a lot of characters to draw from, and that's actually the joy of it. It's not that we don't have enough characters; it's that we have too many, and we have to pick and choose some good ones. So.
Well, guys, congratulations on all the success. Really looking forward to seeing the Zombieland TV pilot. And again, please come in and visit us live in studio one of these days.
We would love to.
Thank you so much, guys. And again,
thanks for
congratulations. Of course, anytime. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, take care.
Rhett and Paul from the writers of G.I. Joe Retaliation and from the Zombieland show. Check it out on Amazon soon, guys. Thanks, guys.
You can just click that Amazon link and go right to Amazon.com.
That's right. You can check it. All right, so we have about 10 minutes to hit all the August movies, but that was cool. What a surprise to get the writers of G.I. Joe Retaliation, Zombieland. That was really cool. Those dudes
was really cool. Something that... go ahead.
I was just going to ask Ethan, have you worked with those guys?
No, I haven't. I really want to because I hear they're very handsome.
No, okay.
No,
They sound very
No,
handsome.
they're incredibly talented, though. I have not had the opportunity to do that, but a lot of folks I know have, and they speak very highly. I know several of the producers of G.I. Joe, and they love those guys.
They seem like cool dudes. When he said, he won me over when he said that he read the comics and that he pretty much clarified that scene from issue 32.
I should send them my Pacific Rim King Kong Godzilla all meet idea. Just have them write it, then Ethan can produce it, and then we got this thing running.
Those guys
Let's
are
get on that
pretty
right
awesome.
away.
All right, let's talk about August here. August 2nd, guys. We got 300 sequel, Rise of an Empire, which is not really a sequel as it takes place on pretty much the same timeline as the original.
Is that right? My understanding was it was slightly a prequel. I think besides Rodrigo Santoro, who plays Xerxes, the only other returning character is Lena Headey.
Yes.
Edie, I don't know how to pronounce
Well, the reason, apparently, from what I read, and I might be mistaken, Schmo will tell me if I'm wrong here, that it's basically you have it takes place on the Persian Seas on that point of view. Now,
that's exciting.
that whole of this, I forget the main woman. Her army is, you see it. I don't know if you're going to see any of Barbara's crew.
It's
played
like
by Eva Green. Yeah,
everybody loved 300. Audiences love it. History professors hate it, and maybe it's just another fun, good time with a lot of abs.
And it's kind of perfect timing where you're like, okay, 300 came out, and then everyone was excited, and then Spartacus came out, and first I was a little hesitant, and now I was totally on board with Spartacus, and now Spartacus is over, so I'm ready for something else.
Yeah.
I'm ready for something to fill that void of like
dudes
dudes with no shirts
no
on.
Zack Snyder, no Gerard Butler. I don't know, and it's in August 2nd. It could be one of those ones that shock us. I'm not putting a lot of stock into it, but August 7th, Percy Jackson's A Sea of Monsters.
Totally there.
Sell.
I'll watch it on like one of those days when I'm home at my apartment by myself.
I like Logan Lerman, and he was really good in that movie that we just saw.
Yeah, Stuck in Love. August 9th is the one you want to see that
9th.
weekend. There's
Elysium.
a movie called...
Oh, my God.
Sorry, jumped right over it. We have 8 minutes. We have 8 minutes.
Oh,
yeah,
my
I do.
God.
Sorry. Elysium.
Yeah, but you stole the trailer review from me, too, because as soon as you saw the trailer, you just went right ahead, turned on your cute little Mac, where it looks like you're in a cave in Afghanistan.
Aww.
Hey, guys, this is Christian Harloff. Nobody tell Mark that I'm reviewing Elysium by myself. It looks fucking awesome. Okay, Schmoe, comment on this video. Let us know what you think. Bye.
It would have been 3 weeks later before we got the review.
It seems like things are really healthy between you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really glad.
This is like a terrible way for him to leave for 4 weeks after this.
No, it's great. Ethan, you want to co-host the show from now on?
Bye, Mark.
Oh, my
You're
God.
going to end up with that relationship with him.
I hope I meet a stripper in
already
Orlando and never come back.
I've known Ethan longer than Mark. All
I
right.
am really excited about Elysium. I saw the trailer later that night too, and it looks fantastic. Matt Damon it looks like the perfect dude to play that role. I'm not sold on Jodie Foster quite yet, just because she seems a little batty the last couple times she's been in public. But
I can do a really good impersonation of her.
No, you can't. It's terrible. Last week she was miserable.
So bad.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
that movie's gonna be awesome. No, when I meant your impersonation.
I was like, I'm not doing it.
But the movie looks awesome. It looks like kind of what I wanted out of Oblivion.
That
I did not fully achieve.
Can we just talk about how many movies there are that are coming out this summer that seem really similar?
Yeah, there are. I mean, Oblivion.
After Elysium, even Pacific Rim a little bit, where it's big robots, apocalyptic world.
Well, the apocalyptic world thing, and again, out of all of them, I think this is the contender to be. This is the one for me.
Over Pacific Rim.
Yeah, this one looks really smart.
I feel this.
There's a soul to it.
For me, and I think Pacific Rim will have a soul to it, but not as. I think it's more of a popcorn
storyline.
Yeah, I think it's more popcorn in the faces. Where I saw District 9, loved what he did with it. I think it's going to be original. I think it's going to be. It might look a little like Halo.
Some emotion in it.
Yeah, and I just think that they have. It's just going to be that one that I feel it's going to get me in August.
You had me at Halo. Before we get to Kick-Ass 2, there is a Metallica Through the Never movie coming out. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Concert video Metallica. Come on, I'm seeing that.
So what do you?
Kick-Ass 2 is the next weekend.
That's. I was
gonna be so good.
So into this when I saw the trailer, and Jim Carrey looks out of control, steals every scene. But then the fact Matthew Vaughn's not directing it. Who's directing it, Ethan?
It's this guy Jeff Wadlow.
Yeah, what's he done?
He's done a lot of TV stuff. He did the film Cry Wolf. He did the film Never Back Down. But the fact is that if Universal, would put this movie, in his hands, I think
they trust him.
I mean, I know him, just on a social level, and I think he's a really great guy, and he's a smart guy. So clearly, they saw something good in him.
Okay,
I think the movie looks rad. I'm excited about it.
It does look. I'm just.
But why? If you saw the trailer and you were like, "Oh my gosh, I'm psyched about this," what do you think disaster is going to happen between the trailer footage that he got and then a whole movie?
About another 100 minutes.
I mean, but it's really for that movie though. It's how it looked, like the way the world is set up. Really.
Yeah. No,
And,
I think it looks cool. I'm
you know,
excited about it.
And it's not it's kind of already set up with all the comics.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Damn it, Christian, will you get excited about Kick-Ass 2?
I want to see it. I really
God,
want to see
such
it.
a
I really want to
downer.
see it. I think that's pretty much the majority. August 17th, what do you have? You have the Drinking Buddies.
August 16th
World-
or August
World's
23rd, you have Drinking Buddies. It's a smaller movie, but it's got
The
Olivia
World's
Wilde
End.
in it, so I'm obviously going to check it out.
Right. When's that one? When's Two Guns coming out? Is that not
That's
till-
like in that's
September or
later. That's
October?
later.
Oh, it's not
But hold
summer.
on. But there's
Okay.
the movie The World's End, which is the
Simon
the
Pegg.
Edgar, the Simon
Okay.
Pegg, and it's the Edgar Wright picture. I think that movie's going to be amazing. It's
I think
like
so,
the
too.
third in the kind of trilogy with
Paul? I liked Paul. I think I was one of the few people who liked Paul.
But it's the third in the trilogy of
of Paul and Shaun of the Dead.
Cool.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'm
With-
in.
Yeah.
That's
so,
not true. There's another movie in there.
No. I think that
Hot Fuzz. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. The three. Okay.
So
So.
Paul actually doesn't count. That's a lie.
All right, so let's do this then quick before we get out of here. Let's everyone pick your August movies, and then after you pick the August, what you're looking forward to and making most money, then we take the summer winner.
Ugh.
Who will win the summer box office overall? All right, so Mark, for first, August, what are you looking forward to? What'll win? And then your summer winner.
I think that Elysium is the one that I'm most looking forward to.
In August,
and I
okay.
think the movie's going to make the most money is Metallica Through the Never.
Stop it.
Because I'm going to
stop
see it 9 million times.
Oh,
You're going to buy every ticket
That's
that ever
right.
comes out.
Ethan was wrong. August
Two Guns is when.
Two Guns is August 2nd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Well,
yeah.
it's not on my list.
Okay. Well, it's on August. It's August 2nd. Okay, so
That'll be good.
I'll probably take Elysium for both.
Elysium for both.
Money
Make-
making, yeah.
Okay.
Over Kick-Ass 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just talking about August, not the
In
entire
August,
summer.
I'm going to push with you, bud. I think that Elysium is my most anticipated for that, and I think it'll make most money.
Yeah, Kick-Ass I liked. I just
Didn't make the first one. Didn't make a lot.
Well, and because it's so stylized and
Yeah.
it's not a kids movie.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when those movies come out that look like kids movies but are totally not.
So many
they
people were
d-
so disturbed when Chloe, what's her face,
Yeah,
Moretz
oh,
was
yeah.
swaying. I didn't like where that little girl said fuck.
Yeah. Read the comments.
Okay.
It gets
So,
worse.
Tiffany, you're up.
For August, I would say it's a tie. I'm excited for Elysium and Kick-Ass.
Okay.
I think that Elysium or Percy Jackson's going to make the most money, though.
Percy Jackson.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the other ones aren't kids ones.
Yeah, but the first one didn't do that well.
Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters. We already got our monsters for the summer. They're
Slam?
Pacific Rim monsters.
Slam.
My feeling is that the one I'm most looking forward to is The World's End. I just think that's going to be
Okay.
awesome. I love those movies,
Money?
but I think Elysium will probably make the most money that month. And for the entire summer,
Yeah. It's higher summer.
I gotta say, because it's coming out there early, it's probably going to be either Fast and Furious or Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Is that most looking forward to or most money?
money.
That's
Yeah.
most money.
Okay.
Most what I'm most looking forward to, a tie Iron Man 3 and
Man of
Star
Steel.
Trek.
Oh, Star Trek.
Oh,
all right.
crap, this is hard.
Hurry up. We got
Most
2 minutes.
money. I'm tossed up between Iron Man 3 and Man of Steel.
Okay.
Pick one.
I'm
Iron
picking
Man
one-
3.
What do you got?
Most money?
Yeah.
I'll be the shocker. I'm going to say Man of Steel. Is going
Over
to Iron.
my
I think
pick?
I think Iron Man 3 is, but I'll go.
You
Man
also
of
said
Steel.
that in
I'm saying Man of Steel.
2006 when the other Superman
No, I
movie
didn't.
came
Did I?
out.
Oh yeah, but then it sucked a pile of ball bags.
Yeah, well, you didn't know that then.
Most money, I got Grown Ups 2, ladies and gentlemen. Winning this summer, I got Iron Man 3.
All right, Iron Man 3. That's a good bet. All right, Schmoville. So again, Mark Ellis gone for 4 weeks. We got a lot of people
Love you
filling
guys.
in
I
for
miss
him.
you. I'll be thinking about
So
you.
Ethan Erwin, you got to come back and visit us soon. Maybe you can fill in for Mark. You want to do that?
I would love to do
All
that.
right,
Let's
Ethan
do it.
Erwin. There
Don't
there
be
you
too
go.
personable, Ethan.
We just
You
booked
can
a
sit across
co-host.
from me and I'll only wink this eye at you because I can't
Guys,
see the other.
make
Well,
sure
that sounds
that you
creepy.
go and you
It
follow
is.
us on Twitter at Schmoes No, at Tiffany's Tweets. Make sure you check out Tiffany on Saturday on our YouTube channel for Stacked. And we have a couple reviews coming out here and
Saturday,
there.
we see Iron Man 3.
Yeah, so excited for that. Can't wait. All right, guys, check us out. Mark Ellis, Christian Harloff, Tiffany Smith, and the rest of the Schmoes No crew. See you soon.